Anchorage Bucs baseball is on the air, and the championship series is set. The Bucs have punched their ticket, but the rest of the regular season still needs to be played. The Bucs finalized the season series against their crosstown rivals. It's the Bucs and the Glacier Pilots for the 10th and final time this regular season here at Mulcahy Stadium. Thank you so much for joining us alongside Milo Hoffman. My name's Alex Burstein, and Milo, due to some luck, some losses from the other teams, the Bucs are into the championship next week against the Miners, but still 3 games to be played. Back-to-back losses for Anchorage, and tonight feels like a great way for the Bucs to get back into the right ways heading into next weekend.
Yeah, you play the Pilots, who are by far the worst team in the league, hitting, pitching-wise, so a game that the Bucs should take advantage of and pick up a win here. But like you said, 2 straight losses to the Chinooks and to the Miners. You want to get feeling right going into the playoff series against Matsu, by far the best team in the league. We talked about it seems like the vibes are different. People are starting to set up for the playoffs, pitching matchups, hitting matchups. So it's all getting excited here in the ABL. But yeah, a game today you'd like to take advantage against the Pilots, steer up some momentum going into the playoffs.
You mentioned the worst team in the league, the Pilots, and the best team in the league, Miners. But last night, the roles were reversed. A 14-game win streak for the Miners came to a close at the hands of the Pilots. And they're kind of playing for pride right now, but you can never count out a team that's getting hot at the end of the season.
Yeah, we were talking to our friend, the broadcaster of the Pilots. He said last night was by far a top 3 moment of the season. Despite the game not mattering too much in the standings, Jet Ruby walked it off in the 11th inning, the longest game of the ABL season thus far. So it's good for the Pilots to pick up a victory. And then, like you said, as for the Bucs, they lost to the Chinooks, a game that Anchorage really wished they had. They had the lead early on, but gave it up as the game kept going along. The pitching was a bit of a struggle yesterday. RJ didn't look the sharpest he's been. So another opportunity to pick up a win and get the win ways back.
Bucs fell in that one 8-3. They struck gold early, scored with their first batter of the day, but could not keep the lead after that. Well, you've heard us talk about the game. Let's turn to the game highlights from last night's 8-3 loss for the Bucs over in Chugiak.
Last night, the Bucs got walked off via run rule for the first time this season. It was a game that everyone simply wants to forget, and forget quickly. And there's no better way to put a bad loss out of memory than to pick up a win the next day. Anchorage has that chance this evening against the Chugiak Chinooks, with a chance to clinch their spot in the ABL Championship Series for back-to-back seasons. Here's the 2-1. Poked out to right field. That'll bloop in for a base hit in front of Medeiros. Underhill gets the wave. He's on his horse. The throw is not in time. A ribby single for Grant Haas, and the Bucs waste no time. 1-0, top 1. Here's the 2-1. Fastball ripped into left field. That'll dunk in for, oh, Kai McGarry can't make the play. It's off of his glove. That ball had carry. 2 runs come around to score. Mitchell and Medeiros. Right behind him is Groves. He comes in to score. An error on the throw from Kai McGarry. And just like that, the Chinooks are up 3-1 on a play that was mind-boggling. Here's the pitch. Fastball, cram shot, left field, down for a base hit. Burrito gets the sign. He burns around third. The throw from McGarry, not in time. It's a ribby single for Jake Mitchell, and it's 4-1 Chinooks in the bottom of the 3rd. Pitches inside, it gets by Sherman all the way back to the screen. Mitchell comes home. Medeiros round 2nd, he goes into 3rd. It might have been a pass ball on Reese Sherman. It hit his glove, and most catchers will say if it hits their glove, you gotta squeeze that one. Sherman couldn't do it there. Now runner on 3rd, 5-1 the score. Fastball hit high in the air towards right field. Yule drifts to his left, shields the sun. Right near the foul line, makes the grab. He gears up for the throw home. It is just off the mark and not in time. Reese Sherman trying to apply the tag late, but Burrito slid on the outer half. And he notches the 6th run of the day for the Chinooks. 6-1 the score in the bottom of the 5th.
Bounces it towards short. Cornell charges in, gloves it, tries to throw the second. It gets over the head of Green. Around 3rd to score is Grant Haas, into 3rd base Logan Ewell. And just like that, it is now a 6-2 lead. Throw to first, and they've got Narrett in the rundown. Throw to second, now Green chasing. Run comes in to score. Narrett still dancing. He gets tagged out, but the run should count. So it'll be a 6-3 ball game. Smart base running from the Bucs. Joey Narrett got caught in a pickle between Mitchell and Green on the first base line. Second, the 2-2. Breaking ball, line towards right field, drops right in front of the line. Around first is Green. Tauscher safely in to score, and Green's gonna try for 3. The throw is cut off, and a stand-up triple for Tate Green has the Chinooks up 7-3 here in the bottom of the 7th. 1-2. Fastball bounced up the middle, and it gets through. Easy run for Tate Green off the RBI hit for Isaiah Burrito, and the lead now up to 8-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Back, they need a win. 0-2. Ewell takes an outside fastball in the corner for a strike, and that brings the game to a close. Bucs offense dies out. They only scored 3 in a 5-run loss to the Chinooks. Final score 8-3, and the Bucs have lost 2 in a row here to start off the final week of the regular season here in Alaska. There you have it, a tough loss for the Bucs after early on it looked like the offense might run away with it, but things just slipped away late.
Yeah, and the Bucs did get off to a fast start. The star of the show on the offensive side has to be Grant Haas. He's coming back, his 3rd game back from that lower body injury. He had 3 hits. He ribby singled in the 1st inning. So if Grant Haas can start to pick it up on the offensive side, that's so huge for this Bucs squad that just hasn't been hitting like we saw in the first couple of weeks of the season. Yeah, last night's loss has to sting, but a new day. It's a beautiful day here in Mulcahy Stadium. It's a chance to get back in the Wenclaw for Anchorage as the season really winds down.
Yeah, a couple of areas that the Bucs need to clean up on. Goes from fielding to hitting, really everything as you head into the championship series next week. Well, Joe Silva wasn't the happiest with last night's experience, but knows that this is a winnable game here tonight, and we caught up with the head man ahead of tonight's matchup. Here's what Coach Joe Silva had to say ahead of tonight's contest. Alex Burstney with Joe Silva of the Bucs' final matchup of the season against the Glacier Pilots. Coach, an 8-3 loss last night to the Chinooks, a couple of losses in a row here. How do you keep the team going in these last couple games, even with that number 2 spot locked up?
Yeah, I mean, the vibes are good today at the ballpark, right? And these kids have been a part of wins and losses here, and times where we've been playing good and times where we've been playing bad. And sometimes that's inning to inning. Unfortunately, yesterday I thought, and from my vantage point, it was all around. We just didn't play well. So when you play that many games and, hey, you got to bounce back, hey, shake it and move on. So, feel like we got good work in today.
Was there a certain area last night that you thought really dropped off from the few games before?
Honestly, it was, not as much pitching. I thought RJ actually threw very well, right? And some of the, however it was defined in the box score may not have looked the best. But then there was a couple of balls that maybe weren't outs, but ones that we would like to have in the corner outfields. And then just some miscues with some small balls and some throws that ultimately snowpiled to that, and a couple blunders on the base pass too.
Right spot, Grant Haas, 3-hit last night. How big has him being back in lineup been for this team?
It's been great, right? And I think just him getting his feet wet and checking in with him every day, he seems to be feeling better and better every day. So, would like to ideally give him a day off leading up to the playoffs, but also, he's starting to swing it too. So it's that whole catch-22, and we'll find ways to get creative with it. But he's really been coming along, right? Swings it well, and defensively up the middle, he's nice.
Sean Toger is becoming almost everyday first baseman when he's not pitching. Where improvements have you seen him make defensively that has led him to that role?
Yeah, no, Sean's an athletic kid, right? And he reached his innings marker on the mound this year because he threw 60-something at his JUCO. And then he gave us a quality, I think, 14 or 15 innings here. So we kind of knew going into it he would be on an innings limit. So that also factored into it, too, because he wasn't able to maybe get into with the 2 ways. It's hard, right? Because, if you're a starter or a reliever, right, you're going to be called upon for pitching, and that's got to be your centralized focus for that given day, right? Knowing, okay, you'll have 1 to 2 days to split that margin until your next appearance. You're starting to get prepared for it, right? So I think now that that's kind of in his rear view and he's able to centralize his focus on defensively at first base and at the dish, we started to see, more and more. But he's always been swinging it well.
And then Landon Underhill, he's moved up to the top of the lineup for back-to-back nights. He's been a contact guy all season. What makes him fit into this one spot well?
Yeah, I like Landon in the one hole. I know it, shows 0 for 4 or whatever it was yesterday. He had 3 very loud outs, right? And the leadoff walk, he steals second, then he scores on the Haas base hit. we were off to a quick start, right? So I think he provides that good spark plug for us as well too. He's got good patience where he can draw his walks, and he's just a catalyst for us. More importantly, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He plays the game the right way, and he treats people with respect, and that has some value.
And then in the bottom of the order, Kai McGarry. He's kind of gone throughout the lineup this year, but he's been kind of near the bottom in the last couple games. Where do you think he fits in there in the 7, 8, 9 spots?
Yeah, Kai was in the 5, I want to say, yesterday, and didn't work out, didn't have his best game, but he still provides that that energy and that boost of, hey, he's going to catch barrels, right? So for him, it's just finding that consistency and moving guys around, seeing what shifts and fits with, say, McGarry gets on, right? Now we have speed on the base pass, and Landon Underhill is leadoff, with a contact situational guy of Haas between him. So all those things go into play. It's not necessarily, a knock on a guy for playing, hitting a 9-hole. So it's having those guys understand, hey, there's value whether it's 1 through 9. And
then lastly, Cade Finazza making another start. He's been a really consistent guy this season. What have you seen that's worked so well night in, night out for him?
Just his mix and his ability to bounce back and recover on a pretty consistent basis, I would say. He always is going to give us a chance to go out and compete.
Awesome. Coach Joe Silva have today's game. Thanks for your time, Coach. There you have it. Joe Silva have tonight's contest between the Bucs and the Pilots, and at the end there are some very kind words about Cade Finazza. It will be a short appearance for the right-hander tonight, trying to get him ready to pitch in the championship series next week against the Miners. But boy, Cade Finazza has been excellent this year, Milo.
Yeah, he's making his case to be the best pitcher on the Bucs pitching staff. I mean, this would be a 6-game start, a 2-0 record. 1.69 ERA, the lowest mark on the team as a starting pitcher. And it seemed like these last couple starts, these last three starts, he's been the most dominant we've seen all season long. Comes over from Cal Baptist, and he's trying to pick up innings over here, and by far he's taking the most advantage because, listen, you're someone who hasn't seen too many starts at the D1 college level. You're trying to come here into the ABL and look good. He's done exactly that.
And tonight he'll face off against Finn Chapman, the right-hander out of St. Mary's. Well, it's just about time for the national anthem here at Mulcahy Stadium, and when we get back, it'll be time for lineups and first pitch here in Anchorage, Alaska, the final game of the season between the Anchorage Bucs and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. We'll be right back. There you have it, national anthem here at Mulcahy Stadium, and it's just about time for baseball between the two Anchorage squads. Let's get your starting lineups first for the visiting Anchorage Glacier Pilots tonight. Per usual, it's Dylan Marks, the shortstop, leading off. He's coming off a 2-8 game last night in that upset win over the Miners. Right behind him, it's Det Ruby, the second baseman. Andrew Becker gets the 3-hole tonight. He'll be in center field and batting cleanup. It's the designated hitter and most dangerous hitter, on this Pilot squad. Adam Burkle. Hunter Klotz gets the start at first base. Landon teasing his Kent State teammate across the diamond at third. He'll be hitting 6th tonight. CJ Freeland does the catching duties. BJ Rodriguez hits 8th and plays in left field. And Ryan Christensen gets the 9-hole and will be in right field tonight. Vin Chapman gets a start on the mound, the right-hander out of St. Mary's, making his 3rd start of the season for the Glacier Pilots. Moving over to the home squad tonight, the Anchorage Bucs. It's the usual lineup for Anchorage. Landon Underhill leads things off a 2nd straight night for the second baseman in the 1-hole. Struggled a little bit at the plate last night, but made loud contact. He'll be in the 1-hole again tonight. Grant Haas in the 2-hole. He will be over at shortstop. Logan Ewell, per usual, plays in right field, and the cleanup man, Joey Narrett, who's raiding a hot bat into center field tonight. Sean Togers back at first base. Ren Matsuzaki does the catching duties tonight in the 6-hole. Corey Bantam hits 7th and will be the designated hitter. It's the 3rd baseman, James Provencio, and the left fielder, Kai McGarry, to round out the 8 and 9 holes here for the Bucs. On the mound, who just took the pitching rubber on your camera screen, it'll be Cade Finazzo, the right-hander out of California Baptist University. 6th appearance of the year, 6 on the starting mound, and boy, has he been impressive, Milo.
Yeah, he's been just unbelievable. And like you said, trying to prepare for the playoffs. Finazzo is definitely going to play a role against the Miners in less than a week now. So curious to see how long he goes today. But again, another start for the kid out of Dallas Baptist, or make that California Baptist University, trying to carry this momentum that he's really mustered up the last 3 or so starts.
Joe Silva said it himself. You don't want to see Cade Finazzo go long in this game because you want to see him go long in about 5 games' time in game number 1 of the championship series. After that, it's anyone's guess. Could be position players, could be relievers. The Bucs will do anything to get through these final 3 games of the regular season. Finazzo, a 6'4" right-hander out of Highland, California, taking a couple more warm-up pitches, and the one you really have to watch out for, Milo, is that changeup.
Yeah, changeup. Sean Toger said it a couple weeks ago, the best changeup he's ever seen. So by far his best off-speed pitch, but first he needs to establish the fastball in the strike zone and then play off of it with that nasty change.
Dylan Marks makes the walk to the righty's batter's box to start things off tonight offensively for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. The shortstop has been the leadoff man all year long. He slowly walks into his batting stance wearing the all-gray away uniforms of the Pilots, blue lettering, taps his bat across home plate, and now readies for the first pitch from Finazzo. Quick set, and here's opening pitch. Fastball misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. 6:05 p.m. first pitch here in Anchorage, Alaska on a beautiful sunny evening in Anchorage. 64 degrees at first pitch. The 1-0. Another fastball hit in the air towards right center field. Ewell grows over, but it's the center fielder Narrett who makes the grab for out number 1. Pop up from Dylan Marks on the second pitch of the game. Tried to attack a fastball, but that will be playable all day out there in right field.
Dylan Marks came in 248 marked on the season. He hasn't been hitting as well as of late for the Pilots, but he's been that leadoff guy for the entirety of the season. So try to put the ball in play, but Joey Narrett had control.
That brings Jet Ruby to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch. Fastball hit right back at Finazzo through his legs. Shortstop Haas gets it on his knees, throws, and makes it in time. Haas is down on the ground, but he pops himself up. And a great play by the shortstop. Fielded it just to the left of the second base bag. Fell as he was throwing it, and still was able to skip it into the glove of Sean Toger for out number 2.
Yeah, everyone held their breath for a second because Grant Haas coming off an injury. You don't want anything extra happening to the shortstop, but yeah, that was a nice heads-up play. Sort of his instincts just drew him to the accurate throw.
So, Andrew Becker at the plate. First pitch. Taken for a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count on the center fielder out of Cal State Northridge. Has been one of the most consistent players this year for the Pilots, hitting .280 on the season. Here's the 0-1. Fastball called strike on the bottom corner. And Finazzo now 1 strike away from working a very quick top of the first. The righty sets, and the pitch. Bounce towards shortstop. It'll be the second baseman Underhill. Rose to his right, throws, and not in time. It bounced in front of Sean Toger. He couldn't get a good hold on it. And that will be a probable error on the second baseman Landon Underhill. Just like that, there's 1 on with no outs here in the first inning.
That would have been a tough
2 outs.
play. Underhill, too, is right. Threw off balance. And it's marked an error on the field. I'd probably give that infield hit.
It's your choice. You're the official
Yes.
scorer here, Milo. Adam Burkholdt comes to the plate. First pitch taken for a strike at the knees. 0-1 the count. Either way, Becker is aboard as the Pilots try to do some 2-out damage here at Mulcahy Stadium. Middle infield's been busy here early on. Next pitch. Breaking ball just misses inside. Finazzo tried to sneak a slider into the inside part of Burkholdt's zone, but couldn't do anything about it. Moves the count to 1-1. Finazzo from the stretch looks in for the sign and fires. Runner takes this one grounded towards second, past the glove of Underhill on a dive. Becker will safely get to third base on the single from Adam Burkholdt, and there's runners on the corners with 2 away. It was a slicing line drive low to the ground by Adam Burkholdt. Landon Underhill was already moving to second base to try to cover the stolen bag, had to reverse to his left and couldn't get a good dive on it. And just like that, the rally continues here for the Pilots with their second hit in as many at-bats.
And the momentum fully took Underhill towards second base there. He tried to stop it and dive back at the last second, but not successful.
Hunter Klotz, first pitch, popped up foul out of play to the left side. Finazzo worked great through the first 2 batters, a fly out to right field and then a ground out to short, but a couple of just slow-moving hits in the infield have gotten the Pilots' offense off and running here in the top of the first. Scoreless game here in Mulcahy. Next pitch, swung on and missed. Off speed from Cade Finazzo gets Klotz swinging, and just like that, it's an 0-2 count. Finazzo would love to get out of this inning unscathed as he sets at his belt from the stretch. Runners at first and third base here in Anchorage, Alaska. Sunny skies, here's the 0-2. Fastball down in the dirt into second base on the stolen bag is Adam Burkholdt. And there's 2 runners in scoring position here for the Pilots in the top of the first.
The Pilots are feeling good coming off a walk-off win yesterday. So although they've been a team that struggled for the majority of the ABL season, listen, trying to finish the campaign strong.
So walk-off off the bat of Jet Ruby. Next pitch, breaking ball called, strike 3 in the middle of the zone. Slider gets Klotz looking, and Finazzo works out to the top of the first jam. No runs off of 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners stranded. We move to the bottom of the first, still scoreless here at Mulcahy Stadium. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball.
is. So Landon just trying to get balls to find outfield grass.
Grant Haas at the plate, one away here in the bottom of the first. Next pitch to the shortstop, swung on and missed. Breaking ball from Chapman, and Haas just hit a very small piece of it into the catcher Freeland. Haas had one of his best games of the season last night, 3 for 4 for the shortstop out of Central Arizona. He's really finding his bat. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball nubbled the left side. The catcher Freeland grabs it, throws a strike to first base in time. That one went just about 2 feet to the left of home plate, easily playable for the catcher. And that will be 2 away here quickly in the bottom of inning number 1.
I think when the Bucs are successful, they're a team that sees a lot of pitches and works walks and has base runners stealing the base paths. Right now, you see some aggressive hitting, and I understand that Landon Unreal got off to a good start, nailed one to center field, but I want to see Logan Ewell take some pitches and try to work this count, extend the first.
Ewell, a lefty against Chapman, a right-handed pitcher. 2 away. Here's the first offering to Ewell. Fastball hit towards first base on his knees. Klotz gets it and jogs to first base in time for out number 3. 1, 2, 3. The Bucs go quickly in the bottom of the first. It's scoreless as we head to the second. And before we get you more action, we caught up with Colin Linder for our player interview ahead of today's game. And here's what the right-hander out of Arizona State had to say to Milo Hoffman.
Milo Hoffman here with pitcher for the Bucs, Colin Linder. Now, you just told me you're coming off of Tommy John surgery. How have you felt this summer, and what are you trying to improve on in the ABL this year?
I felt really good so far. Really just coming out here, trying to get my feet wet, trying to get that competitive drive back into me. It's been just a struggle, just trying to get back in the zone, got a feel for everything, but, felt pretty good so far and just feel like really good competing.
What do you feel in your mind when you're going well on the mound? Is there anything that you notice that clicks when you're on the mound and you're pitching well?
Honestly, I know I'm clicking when I'm not thinking. When I start thinking about things on the mound, that's where I know, all right, things are going a little bit haywire and it's got to reset. But when I'm going, it's just full speed ahead, just drive it through the other team's throats.
And what pitches do you have most confident in? You have a fastball that runs up in velo, but what are the breaking balls that you trust the most in your arsenal?
I trust them all. I really like my cutter. I've got a good curveball, good slider, and I have a changeup that's a work in progress that I've actually been flicking in there a couple times so far this summer. So, I feel pretty good about them all. Just trying to get a feel of them all coming back off that Tommy John, like you said. Like, it's a little bit of touch and feel, kind of just feeling things.
Yeah. Season's winding down with the Bucs, just less than a week left. You have a game today against the Pilots, and then hopefully a championship series against the Miners. What does the team need to do well to be successful?
We just got to find our groove again. We've kind of been getting hit by the baseball bug where one thing works but 2 things don't, and kind of just finding one complete game just to clinch that spot in the championship and letting us roll from there.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Colin.
Thanks to Colin Linder for his time back here at top of the second inning. First pitch from Finazzo is a fastball taken outside, 1 ball and no strikes on the 6-hitter tonight, Landon Teasing of the Glacier Pilots. The Kent State third baseman. Next offering grounded towards third, just past the glove of James Provencio, but it heads foul, and we'll move it to a 1-1 count. Teasing hitting just 171 on the year, but he had a really good outing yesterday. 2 for 5 and scored a run in the big win for the Pilots in 11 innings over the Matsu Miners. Here's the 1-1. Taken low and outside. Well, the Miners are supposed to have a doubleheader today against the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. However, both of the teams decided their fate is determined. 2-1 pitch. Hit towards third base on the ground. Provencio gloves it, drops it, now picks it up, and the throw to first is in time. 5-3 putout gets the second inning started. Well, as we were saying, the Chinooks, they've already set themselves in the 3 spot. The Miners have set themselves in the 1 spot. They said, why play 14 innings of baseball if we don't have to? Instead, they're just going to finish the regular season at 29 games because the championship series is already set here in Anchorage. That game just got underway over in Palmer. Next up, it's CJ Freeland at the plate. First pitch. Hit on the ground towards first base. Easy grab for Toger, who makes it to the bag in time. There's 2 away now here in the top of the second. Both these defenses working really
This is
quick.
unbelievable. I mean, I think it's the hitters that have just been really aggressive. Keith Venazzo just getting up to the teens in pitch count right now. Already 2 gone in the second. So, I mean, he's not complaining at all. Someone who's already expecting not to go too far into this game. He might go 3 innings here, less than 30 pitches.
First pitch to Rodriguez. Fastball taken all the way for a strike, and the most impressive part about that is he gave up 2 hits in the first inning. It wasn't even a super quick inning number 1 for Venazzo, but he's still keeping his pitch count low. 0-1 slider misses outside, moves the count even at 1 apiece here at Mulcahy Stadium. Sun belting down on the half-turf, half-grass field here in East Anchorage. The 1-1. Pitch in the dirt. Haven't seen a ton of change-up action here early on out of Venazzo. That's been his go-to pitch this season, and it's gotten a lot of strikeouts. He has 1 K on the evening. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next offering. Swung on and missed. Outside pitch got Rodriguez chasing, and it evens out the count at 2-2. Venazzo 1 strike away from working a very quick 1-2-3 top of the second. He sets at his chest, brings his glove to his hands, and the 2-2. Swung on, grounded towards second base routine for Underhill, who scoops to first in time, and that's a 4-3 putout to bring a perfect top of the second to a close. 1-2-3. The Pilots go down in order. We turn the page to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here at Mulcahy Stadium. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball.
Milo Hoffman here with pitcher for the Bucs, Colin Linder. Now, you just told me you're coming off of Tommy John surgery. How have you felt this summer? And what
Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, Joey Narrett leads things off in a scoreless game here in the bottom of the second. Finn Chapman still into the game for the Pilots, sets at his face, and the first offering. Narrett bounces one high towards second base, medium hop into the glove of Rube, who throws a high throw to first in time for out number 1. Well, if you like groundouts, this is the game for you. It seems like every single pitch is going to either first base, second base, third base, and they're making all the plays.
Yeah, I mean, testing the defense, but none of them really hard hit.
Nope.
Every one of them pretty routine. So I think the Bucs need to take a chill pill a bit here. See some pitches. Sean Toger try to get on base.
A lot of first and second pitch swings from the Bucs tonight. Sean Toger at the plate, as Milo said. First pitch. Toger swings at it, pops it foul to the left side, and we'll move it to an 0-1 count. Pilots with 2 hits. They both came in the top of the first inning, but stranded runners at second and third base. The Bucs still want their first base runner of the day here in the bottom of the second. Game number 28 of the ABL regular season. The 0-1. Breaking ball loses control high and outside, and it evens out the count at 1 apiece. Defense played mainly straight up here tonight at Mulcahy Stadium. The corner infielders halfway between the turf grass areas, both behind and in front of the bags. 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch. Fastball battled back. And we'll move it to a 1-2 count on Sean Toger. Toger done pitching for the year. He's made his innings count for both the spring and summer combined. Now he's going to be almost an everyday first baseman because of how good his bat has been this season. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the number 5 hitter. Chapman with the long wait. Wind up and the pitch. Breaking ball just misses outside. We'll even have to count at 2 apiece.
It's so refreshing to see an at-bat go more than 3 pitches here. Sean Toger trying to see some more. Had a nice day yesterday, 2 hits against the Chinooks, so trying to keep the bat going.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Chapman. Long wait, and he delivers. Hit hard on the ground past the second baseman, Ruby, and into right field for a base hit. Hard contact there from Sean Toger, but no chance for anyone to get it. And there's a runner on with 1 away here. First hit of the day for the Bucs in the bottom of the 2nd.
Anchorage Bucs still yet to strike out, though. So that another ground ball that if Ruby was playing, I don't know, 10, 15 feet to his left, he would have had a routine play again. But it's a hit nevertheless.
Ren Matsuzaki to the plate, the catcher for the Bucs. Standing in the lefties batter's box. Long wait and the first pitch. Outside. You don't see Jet Ruby not make any play at a lot of balls. I mean, he is diving all over the place.
Yeah.
But that one was hit so hard and so far into the gap that there was no chance for the second baseman to have a play. 1 ball and no strikes on Matsuzaki, the catcher out of North Park University in Chicago. Chapman waits for the sign, gets one he likes, and the 1-0. Matsuzaki lines it left side, just ekes out a play, and he'll move it to a 1-1 count. Matsuzaki has one of the more interesting stances in the league. His body is so far turned that you can basically move his feet and create a line, and then we'll go all the way to first base.
Yeah, very open stance for Matsuzaki, but he closes in as the pitch is gearing up. It's his load.
Here's the 1-1. Fastball taken at the knees for a strike, and Matsuzaki moves behind in the count 1-2. At the catcher position tonight, he's been mainly there this season, a little bit of time at first base in July as well as the designated hitter. Now trying to avoid a strikeout for the first time tonight. Chapman looks in, the 1-2. Bounces in the dirt, gets away from Freeland into second base on the wild pitch, Sean Toger. And just like that, there's a runner in scoring position for the Bucs with just 1 out.
Toger, not a guy who's going to go and steal too many bases,
Nope.
so a wild pitch, he'll definitely take advantage and go on up to second base. So a big situation now for the Bucs. Runner in scoring position for the first time.
He's a pitcher, he's a first baseman. He doesn't want to do any running like that when he doesn't have to.
Exactly.
But Toger will
he's not
gladly
pitching
take the
anymore.
back. No, so I guess he has a little more wind in his tank for plays like that. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Matsuzaki. Chapman turns his attention towards home after checking second. And the pitch. Matsuzaki waves at a breaking ball. Strike 3, and just like that, it's the first strikeout of the night for Chapman, and 2 away in the bottom of the 2nd. And it's up to Corey Bantam to keep this inning going.
I mean, it's good to see Corey Bantam back in here. I mean, he had such a really, really nice game against, or it was against the Pilots a couple days ago. Hit his first homer of the season. Trying to find some play time here. And if he hits well, who knows, maybe he'll put his spot in the championship series lineup.
Yeah, reached 4 times in Game 3 of the Mayor's Cup. A win for the Bucs. Here's the first pitch. Popped foul to the left side, out of play. 0-1 the count on Bantam. He's a very interesting case. He has not played a lot this season, but it seems like whenever he gets put into the lineup, you would never be able to guess that because he is right back to all of his great swings.
Yeah, he does take really nice hacks, and it's a beautiful swing as well. So just trying to find more consistency.
The big-bodied left-hander in the lefty's batter's box. A stare-off here with Finn Chapman on the mound. The pitcher waiting to get the sign he wants from Freeland. He finally does. Sets at the belt from the left side of the rubber. Peeks towards second base. And the 0-1. High and away.
It's always funny when pitchers take that long to come home, and then Corey Bantam's like, that's all you got? Just the fastball high and away? All that pausing for that?
He'll take it, though. It moves the count more in his favor. 1 ball and 1 strike on the left-handed designated hitter. Toger, not much movement out there near second. He's being checked by Marks, the shortstop, a few strides off of the bag. The 1-1. Bantam takes outside, and just like that, it's a 2-1 count. Bantam, for a guy who has as big of a swing as he does and makes such good contact, it's a very patient player at the plate.
Yeah, and he's worked a couple walks in his limited play time this season. So yeah, his on-base percentage still not at the worst mark. And who knows, it'd be so interesting, not a starter, and then he comes on championship series maybe.
2-1. Pitch taken high and outside, and after an 0-1 count on Corey Bantam, he's taken 3 straight balls to move this into a prime hitter's count. The Bucs trying to do some damage with 2 away here in the bottom of the second. A scoreless affair between the Bucs and the Pilots on a Thursday night in Anchorage, Alaska. Chapman looks home, now sets at his blue belt. A wait, and the pitch. Fastball battled back. Bantam moves it to a full count on a vicious hack towards the outside part of the plate. We were surprised he hadn't hit a home run all season. Then he leafed on one to right field against the Pilots a couple of days ago. It's because of swings like that, as Bantam leans back in the lefty's batter's box, awaiting the 3-2 pitch from Chapman. Full count on the lefty DH. Chapman waits, looks towards second base, and now fires. Breaking ball just misses a hair outside. The slider couldn't find the outside corner, and Corey Bantam is aboard on a long-awaited walk. There's runners at first and second here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs.
Really impressive at-bat there from Corey Bantam, and we've been saying it all season long. He works impressive at-bats. He sees a whole lot of pitches. A nice job to get on first here. Provencio, a nice chance to bring home the first run.
It brings James Provencio to the plate, left-handed infielder out of Texas A&M Texarkana. He has the chance to do some damage with runners at first and second base. Chapman looks towards second and his first pitch. Provencio bounces it towards shortstop. Marks gloves it on a low hop, throws to first. It's off the mark, and no tag applied by Hunter Klotz. He had to move an inch off the bag to avoid that ball from going all the way to the Pilots' dugout. Made the dig out, but was not placed on the bag, and Provencio avoids the tag. An errant throw on Dylan Marks means there's bases loaded for the Bucs here in the bottom of the second with 2 away.
Yeah, it was a nice play from the first baseman, Hunter Klotz, but like you said, his foot just came off the bag by a few inches, and credit to Provencio, who was running down the line hard the whole time.
So Kai McGarry with a chance to do some serious damage here. 2 away, bases juiced for the Bucs in the bottom of the second. Chapman wants to get out of this with no damage done. First pitch, McGarry check swing on a curveball. He held up, and it's a 1-0 count on the Arizona State left fielder. Has not seen a lot of time in the 9 spot this year. For the first few weeks of the season was almost always the 1 or a 2 guy. Head coach Joe Silva has been experimenting with him at the bottom of the order the last week or so. 1 ball and no strikes on the left fielder. Wait, and the next pitch. It's fouled off to the right side on the fastball. Well, the big thing that Kai McGarry has to work on is just waiting for his pitch. He battles off a lot of fastballs, and when he sees those curveballs to the outside part of the plate, they've fooled him this season. But we've seen that patience come along as the weeks have gone by.
Now he leads the team in walks.
Yeah,
now.
that's a surprising stat compared to how he was playing in the first couple of weeks. Has always had contact, has always had power. Now it's just putting it all together. 1 ball and 1 strike. Next pitch. McGarry grounds one left side. Marks dives, can't make the play. Toger's in to score around third base. Corey Bantam, he's coming home. There's no throw from left field, and a 2 RBI hit has the Bucs up 2-0 in the bottom of the second inning. A bouncing ball on the left side of the infield. Marks had a slow dive, and it just trickled to his left. And how about that? Kai McGarry comes up big, his first hit of the day in his first at-bat, and the Bucs in control here in the bottom of the second.
Just like that, Kai McGarry, most RBIs on the season amongst the ABL.
He's been near the top of the leaderboard all season. Now in sole possession of first place. Landon Underhill at the plate, the 1-hitter. Runners at first and second. First pitch. Underhill takes low. 1 ball and no strikes on the left-hander out of Dallas Baptist University. Well, Chapman worked a very, very clean first inning, went 1-2-3 against his top of the lineup. Now everything has gone wrong in the second. Already 2 runs across the plate for the Bucs, and Underhill wants to do more damage. Next pitch, taken outside. Underhill watches the off speed and moves ahead in the count 2-1. Kai McGarry with his lead off of first base, James Travencio at second. 2 guys with a ton of speed. That would not be the worst time to maybe try a double steal if you're the Anchorage Bucs. Already leading 2-0 here in the bottom of inning number 2. Open stance for Underhill in the lefty's batter's box. Chapman relaxed on the mound, the 2-0. Down low. And just like that, it's a 3-0 count on Underhill. He takes a couple of steps out of the lefty's batter's box, just rests his bat, hasn't had to swing it at all this time. And now we'll retreat towards home plate for the 3-0 offering from Finn Chapman. Runners at first and second base. A walk would load the bases again here in the bottom of the second. Infield played back. Here's a 3-0. Chapman fastball misses outside, and Underhill is aboard on 4 pitches. A 4-pitch walk to the second baseman. And once again, there's runners at first, second, and third. And this time it's Grant Haas's turn to do some damage. Guy McGarry came to the plate 2 batters ago with the bases loaded and had a single with brought in 2 runs. Now McGarry's at second base, James Travencio at third, and Landon Underhill over at first base. Haas wants to take advantage of this situation. 0 for 1 today, had a nubbler down the third base line that was easily gobbled up by Freeland, the catcher, back in the first inning. Leads off of every brag here for the Bucs. Freeland takes a deep breath. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball called strike on the inner third. Slider from Chapman. That's a pitch that has not been working much today, but he squeaks in against Haas for a first pitch strike. Bucs have had 4 straight reaches after recording 2 outs in the first 3 batters. It all started with an error by Dylan Marks that got Corey Bantam aboard. No balls and 1 strike. Bantam's already scored. Next pitch. Popped foul to the right side. A little bit of a run from Klotz, but he'll watch it into the bleachers here at Mulcahy Stadium. And just like that, it's an 0-2 count on Haas. 292 hitter on the season. Missed over a week's worth of time with a hamstring injury, but has returned to the lineup and made it seem like he missed no time at all. Has instantly become a quality part of this Bucs offense and defense as well over at shortstop. No balls and 2 strikes. Chapman looks in for the sign, sets at his belt. Long wait. And the 0-2. Fastball battled foul. Rattles off the top of the grandstand here at Mulcahy Stadium. Ricocheted up and then landed even behind there. Loud sounds here at Mulcahy Stadium off the bat of Grant Haas.
When it comes back here, it really hits everything possible. There's a little ledge out to our right that the balls can land on.
It's hit everything but our window this season.
It's true. Have we had a window?
I don't think so. We've had the windows to our left and our right, not right in front of us.
Because they know it's us.
Thankfully, yeah. They're being nice. No balls and 2 strikes. Bases loaded. Next pitch. Curveball called strike 3 on the top inside corner. Disappointed, Grant Haas walks back to the dugout. He thought that was an inside ball. Instead, it's a strikeout for Finn Chapman, but not before 2 runs come across the plate in the bottom of the second. 2 runs off of 3 hits, a pair of errors, and the Bucs lead 2-0 as we turn to the 3rd inning and turn things over to our special guest, Justin Kutcher, here in inning number 3. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball.
Welcome back to Bucs Baseball. Justin Kutcher now here in the booth, joined by Alex Burstein, and we've got a new pitcher on the hill for the Bucs. It is the righty Grady Ferris facing the number 9 hitter Ryan Christensen, the right fielder for the Pilots. 2-0, Bucs on top, and that pitch is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Bucs 14-13 on the season. They've won 3 in a row against the Pilots, and that changeup is in there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strike. Alex, you guys have gotten some great weather here.
Yeah,
Man,
it's been perfect the last couple of days. You've been lucky for the time you've been in Anchorage.
I've been real lucky. The 1-2 pitch, changeup on the outside corner, called strike 3. So the first batter that Brady Ferris faces goes down looking. 1 away here in the top of the 3rd. Top of the order now, Dylan Marks, the shortstop, made a costly error in the bottom half of the 2nd. That allowed 2 runs to score for the Bucs. First pitch misses up high for ball 1. All right, so talk to me about Cade Finazzo. Only 2 innings, pitched well. Why is he out?
Well, he'll be starting game number 1 of the championship series in a few days.
As that pitch misses up high, 2 balls and no strikes.
So the idea is you get him a little bit of work tonight, but he's already thrown over 25 innings on the year, which is a lot more than pretty much any pitcher on this team. So just keep his workload down.
A 2-0 misses down low. Now 3 balls and no strikes here to Marks, who flew out to center field his first time up. Leading off the ball game with a 3-0. And that catches the inside corner for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike.
It's going to be interesting because the Bucs have had a couple of pitchers leave, so Coach Joe Silva said there might even be position players.
Wow. 3-1 fastball in the outside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes as Ferris has battled all the way back from behind 3-0. Now the 3-2. Fouled back out of play over the first base dugout. We'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for the Pilots. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Bucs. They originally had an error that was switched. And this is a ground ball to shortstop. Charging is Haas. Throws to first and gets him by a step and a half. 2 up, 2 down here in the 3rd.
Grant Haas missed a couple of weeks and now is back here at shortstop after a hamstring injury, and he's just been back in stride, looking great here at shortstop.
Jet Ruby comes up. He grounded back up the middle his first time up. It was a 1-6-3 as it was off the glove of Finazzo and then fielded by Haas. The lefty hitter takes the first pitch for strike 1. Second baseman batting in the 2-hole, a lefty. Got to watch out for that 5.5 hole. As that one misses low and inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. When I say the weather has been good here, temperature about 65 degrees with the sun just splashing down on the field. Changeup rolled over to first base, taken by Toger. Underhand flip to Ferris, and a 1-2-3 inning worked by Ferris. 3-1 if you're scoring at home, and if you're back on the East Coast, it's getting late, but it's still early here. We're through 2.5, and the Bucs lead 2-0. 2-0 Bucks over the Pilots. It'll be 3-4-5 in the order. Logan Ewell, Joey Narrett, and Sean Toger to face Finn Chapman. And Alex, just watching the first couple of innings for Chapman, really he has not been able to locate the off-speed stuff. So wondering if the Bucs will just sit fastball.
Yeah, and if they wait for their pitch in the zone, that could be going a long way because this fastball easy to pick out of the hand of Chapman.
Ewell, first pitch swinging, rolls it over, foul first base, picked up by the first base coach. No balls and 1 strike.
We were talking about this with Milo, but it's kind of confusing. The Bucs have had so many first pitch swings because of how many fastballs he's been throwing. You might want to just wait for the 2 or 3 pitch and just find something you really love.
Absolutely. The 0-1 from Chapman. That catches the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes to Ewell, who grounded out to first his first time up. So I need to thank you, Alex, for allowing me to come on the air with you guys tonight, because this is part of my dream. I actually started broadcasting baseball in the Cape Cod League when I graduated college before you were even born back in 2002, which is really scary. And I've been lucky enough to call a game in 48 states. And now here I am with you calling a game in my 49th state, as it's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Logan Ewell. The 1-2 from Chapman. That's fouled off over the third base seats. Stays 1-2.
Yeah, I'm at 8 states, so I have a long way to go to reach you, but hey, I mean, 48 is pretty amazing.
You know what? That's a good start for you being in college. That's way more than I had at that time. Chapman looking in to Freeland for the sign, the 1-2. Missing outside. There's that off-speed pitch where he doesn't really have a feel for it. That was the curveball, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Especially against these lefty hitters, he hasn't been able to locate anything. And this is a Bucs lineup that's primarily lefty.
Let's see if Ewell sits fastball here on 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, up high, fastball, 3-2. Leading off here in the bottom half of the third is Logan Ewell, trying to get on base after the Bucs were able to put up 2 in the bottom half of the second. Chapman's payoff pitch, missing outside with a fastball and a leadoff walk. You know what they say about those leadoff walks, right?
Not sure.
They come around to score more often than a leadoff hit.
Especially with a speedy guy like Ewell, he could easily get him into scoring position.
With Joey Narrett, the cleanup hitter, coming up. He's 0 for 1, a ground out to second his first time up. Let's see if he takes a pitch or 2 to give. Let's see if he gives a pitch or 2 to give his runner at first a chance to steal. Check on the runner, and he dives back in safely. Ewell has a good lead at first base. He is going. Throw is outside. Throw down second base. Not in time. Diving in safely is Ewell. Stolen base here for the Bucs. So a man in scoring position. Nobody out for Narrett. You called it. You said that runner in Ewell has speed, and a good job by Narrett taking a pitch to allow him to get into scoring position. A check back on the runner at second. And the 1-0 fastball misses outside again. So really, Finn Chapman having a hard time locating the strike zone now here in the third. Wouldn't be surprised if Narrett takes a strike in this at-bat. Freeland going through the signs with a runner on base. Had to change up your order. Look back at the runner, the 2-0, and he was not taking. He swings at a changeup. It was low and out of the zone, 2 balls and 1 strike.
It's kind of surprising after all the balls in a row thrown by Freeland. Not the best plate discipline there, but still ahead in the count.
It's one of those things where as you watch more and more, and you're able to separate yourself, you start thinking along with the pitcher, and you say, wait, he's been struggling with throwing strikes. Let me take one. Now the 2-1. That's low and inside with a changeup. 3 balls and 1 strike. It's really crazy. I mentioned the Cape Cod League. I look down, and the uniforms and the helmets are all provided by Evo Shield. The founder of Evo Shield was actually the starting center fielder for the team that I broadcasted for in the Cape Cod League back in 2002, Justin Neefer. And here they are in the Alaskan Baseball League, and they're wearing it. 3 balls, 1 strike, runner on second. 2-0 Bucs on top, and that breaking ball hits Joey Narrett. And he'll take first base, first and second, nobody out.
You needed some Evo Shield down there.
A hit by pitch. And now Sean Toger, who had the first hit of the game for the Bucs in the last inning, came around to score the first run as well on the 2-run single by Kai McGarry. First and second, nobody out. And Finn Chapman having a hard time finding the strike zone. First pitch swinging is Toger, trying to jump on a fastball. That pitch fouled over to the first base dugout. No balls and 1 strike. So what's been the highlight this summer for you?
Probably catching my first ever fish, because from a city boy, that never expected to happen.
I love it. That fastball is low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Toger.
I heard you got some fish yesterday.
I did. Like you, I grew up outside the city and never fished before in my life. And I caught a few fish with the help of a guide, and it was awesome. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men on, nobody out, top of the third. 2-0 Bucs leading, the 1-1. Down low with a breaking ball. Now it's 2 balls and a strike to Toger.
See, the key I've learned is not to say with the help of the guide and just keep the credit for yourself, and then you can be a master fisher without anyone knowing.
I don't want to mislead people and have them want me to teach them
That's
or
fair,
even
that's
touch
fair.
the fish. We're not going there. Chapman, a deep breath on the mound. The 2-1. Fastball, and that is pulled foul down the first baseline. Just pulled about a foot foul. So the runners will have to retreat. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men on here in the bottom half of the third.
So was that your first time ever fishing?
It was.
Wow.
Yeah. You?
Yes, it was. And I'm retiring. I'm 1 for 1.
Really?
Yeah. Because why
You're
mess
going
it up
off on a high note.
Yeah, exactly. Hitting 1,000.
I love it. And did you eat the fish?
I did not eat the fish. Someone took the fish, and I'm not sure where it went.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Another deep breath by Chapman. Turns to look at second. And this breaking ball is pulled foul. Picked up by the first base coach nicely off 2 hops.
Most claps you'll hear for a foul ball all day.
That, or if you actually hear a car window break.
That's true.
Sean Toger at the plate, the lefty against the right-hander Chapman with runners on first and second. Another 2-2. And this time with a changeup, goes down swinging. First out here in the third, and that's a big out for Chapman because now with a double play, he can get out of the inning. Ren Matsuzaki, he struck out swinging his first time up. One of the 3 strikeout victims so far through 2 1/3 for Chapman. Grant Haas and Sean Toger, who just K'd. Another left-hander, like you mentioned, this Bucs lineup loaded with lefties. Chapman taking a peek back at Logan Ewell at second. First pitch breaking ball, tries to go backdoor, misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
So Matsuzaki from Hawaii, that's the one state you still have to call
It is, yes. I need to get to Hawaii. I'm actually quite happy that my 49th state is the 49th state
Oh, that fits
in the
perfectly,
country, and
yeah.
the 50th will be the 50th. I did not plan on that happening. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out in the bottom half of the third. Check swing, fouled back towards the third base dugout, 1-1.
But you have to imagine, as an East Coast guy, probably 13 colonies were like the first 13, so you've kind of been following those footsteps.
Yeah, and because of baseball, doing minor league baseball, I've gotten a chance to call games in so many places. I lived in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, so I got all the Dakotas, Nebraska, Kansas, Iowa, all out of the way in one summer. Ren Matsuzaki, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, first and second. As a shortstop, Dylan Marks tries to hold the runner at second. Bounced foul towards the first base dugout, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That was me last summer in Nebraska. I got Nebraska, South Dakota, and Wyoming out. So those
Did
were
ya?
3 I thought were going to be hard to get, but got them all with the Nebraska move. from
Where
Fremont,
in
Wyoming.
Wyoming did you go?
I was in Casper, Wyoming.
Okay.
Very pretty over there.
Yep. And did you make it to the Black Hills of South Dakota and Mount Rushmore?
Not last summer, but I've been there before.
Okay,
So.
all right, fair enough.
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Chapman laboring here in the third. And again, fouled right by home plate. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes to Matsuzaki. All right, so you grew up outside of Chicago,
In Chicago.
in the
Yep.
northern suburbs, though, right?
No, north side, but in
North
the city.
side,
Yes.
in the city.
In the city,
Oh,
yes.
my apologies.
No, it's okay, but we gotta represent the city.
Okay, there you go. You don't meet very many people
You
who
don't.
live and grow up in the city.
Everyone's from the suburbs.
Yeah.
Right? Yes, in the city.
And then you decided to go from Chicago to Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
You want to find a place that was actually colder than Chicago.
Hard to do.
1 ball, 2 strikes as Ewell leads off at second. The backdoor breaking ball gets away into the right-hander's batter's box, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Chicago sometimes gets colder. It's more the snow
Yeah.
that's the problem in Syracuse. But
And then you're like, you know what? Let me get to the coldest place of all, Alaska, for the summer. But the summertime out here is amazing.
perfect.
No humidity. Temperature doesn't get above 70, it feels like. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Matsuzaki battling. And that's outside as the runner goes. Throw down at third base. Not in time as a third baseman teasing. Couldn't get there in time. It was a good throw by Freeland. And a stolen base by Ewell, his second of the inning.
Yeah, Ewell just slid right under that tag. A nice play from the right fielder for his second stolen bag of the inning. And really good base running here from the Bucs.
First and third now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Little surprised right there that Ewell tried to steal that base. It was not a double steal. The payoff pitch, missing outside, ball 4. So it didn't really matter, but it's 2 walks and a hit batter in the inning, and that has loaded the bases. Second consecutive inning that the Bucs have had the bases loaded, and Corey Bantam, who walked and scored in the second, now bats with the bases full.
Yeah, and for the Pilots, they've just lost a ton of pitching over the last couple of weeks, so you kind of have to keep a starter in this position, but Chapman is just really struggling with his control here.
You could just see deep breath after deep breath on the mound for Chapman. First pitch in the air, left field. Rodriguez makes the catch, and the runner Ewell is tagging. No throw as he will come in, a sacrifice fly. 3-0. Bucs now lead. Deep enough to score the run. And 2 away in the inning.
DJ Rodriguez, the left fielder, is one of the more interesting cases in the league. He has a slight arm injury. He's not able to throw into home plate, but they need a left fielder, and he's obviously fine at catching the ball. So if anything's hit out that area, you're almost guaranteed to be able to tag up.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Get inside information as James Provencio bats. He reached on a throwing error by the shortstop, Dylan Marks, in the second. The left-hander standing upright against the righty Chapman, and he tries to start him off with a backdoor curveball. Stays outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Who's impressed you the most of the guys who are still here for the Bucs?
I mean, Landon Underhill is just very, very good. He's played everywhere. He's been a center fielder, second baseman mainly, but he filled in at short and looked like a natural, and he just has that look of a leadoff guy who can always get on base.
The 1-0 fouled back. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Runners on first and second. Provencio at the plate. A look back at the runner, Narrett. Outside again, trying with the off-speed pitch. Just cannot find the plate with the off-speed pitch. Bucs have lost 2 in a row coming into this game. Lost last night 8-3 and 13-3 on Tuesday, but they're leading 3-0 here in the bottom half of the third. 2-1 up high, now 3 balls and a strike. All right, this is a great opportunity for Provencio. Sitting on a fastball, trying to drive in a run with 2 outs. At second base is Narrett, first base Matsuzaki. Chapman comes set. The 3-1. Outside, ball 4. Third walk of the inning for Chapman. 3 walks, a hit batter, no hits in the inning. Bases are loaded again, and now it's Kai McGarry, and we're going to have a visit to the mound as Rich Price is coming out.
Yeah, this inning must feel like it's just never ending for Chapman, who just keeps on getting runners on. He had the hit by a pitch as well, so he just cannot find the zone, and the Bucs are taking full advantage.
It's tough when you're a pitcher out there and you realize my second stuff, my third pitch, I can't find the plate, so I got to throw fastballs, and then you really have to locate those fastballs if you're going to get out of it. And right now, I get the sense the Bucs hitters, they know he can't throw anything but a fastball for a strike, so they're just sitting dead red.
I mean, already through the second time in the order, McGarry hitting for the second time, and then it'll be Underhill hitting for his 3rd time today. You've seen the same pitch 5 or 6 times, and you know where it's going, and Chapman just has not shown that he can place it into the zone.
He's just looking to get 1 more out. McGarry came through that 2-run single in the second. Now hitting with the bases loaded. A chance for the Bucs to really bust this game open here in the 3rd inning, leading 3-0. Chapman decides to work from the stretch with the bases full. And the first pitch slider swung on and missed. 0-1. Once again, the Bucs trying to jump on a first pitch fastball, and Chapman was ready. He decided to go with a slider. Again, a little bit surprised with all the walks and the hit batter that you'd be swinging first pitch.
Any first pitch, yeah.
Chapman, again with that deep breath, tries to come back with a breaking ball, misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He's probably going to try to test McGarry with this breaking pitch after it worked on the first one, but we haven't been seeing his ability to have multiple breaking balls that work in that bat. So now it's up to McGarry to notice that and just lay off a few.
Let's see if Chapman goes high fastball. A long set, and he goes back to the breaking ball. It's pulled foul off his own dugout. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you think about it, if Chapman gets out of this inning with just 1 run coming across, then the Pilots will feel a huge sense of relief. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded. Kai McGarry, the left fielder, at the plate. The 1-2. Off-speed pitch, called strike 3. Chapman gets out of the inning with just 1 run coming across, leaves the bases loaded. So we are through 3 here at Mulcahy Stadium, and the Bucs lead 3-0. Top of the fourth we go, 3-0. The Bucs lead the Pilots. Justin Kutcher joined now by Milo Hoffman, as it's going to be 3-4-5 in the order for the Pilots. Andrew Becker, Adam Bergholt, and Hunter Klotz to face Grady Ferris. And the first pitch breaking ball misses up high for ball one. All right, so a long break between those innings for you.
I was just taking in the weather out there. I mean, I can't complain. There's a ledge over here.
Ground ball pulled through the hole on the right side. A leadoff single for Andrew Becker.
Every once in a while, it's nice to take in some action. You know, you're so used to hearing the broadcast. You go out there, get a nice fresh air, and take in baseball without the voices in your head.
It's true. I actually had a reindeer hot dog for the first time.
Wow.
Have you ever had one?
I did. I had one. Alex and I went one of the first weeks, and I described it as a more intense hot dog. There's just a lot more happening.
There's a spice to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually surprisingly really good. As Adam Bergholt steps in, 1-for-1, singled his first time up, also stole a base. Leadoff man on. Ferris working from the stretch, and a check swing is poked foul down the first baseline. No balls and one strike. All right, so Milo, I was speaking with Alex. He's a Chicago kid living in Chicago. You're a New York City kid living in New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like a double whammy. You don't get this very often.
It's the ultimate city broadcast over here in the Lee City place.
Off-speed pitch, cued foul off the end of the bat by Bergholt. So let me get this straight. Do you guys ever go back and forth between you saying first city and second city?
Oh, we've had that argument for sure.
Which is the better city?
I mean, you can't really. I've never been to Chicago.
Okay.
So he's been to New York City. He has both perspectives. I obviously say New York City.
0-2 off-speed, just misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I can tell you this. The pizza, way better in New York.
Way better. Way better. I mean, I've heard the Chicago pizza stories, you know, deep dish, whatever, but I mean, New York City, it's the best. It's the best.
Yeah.
And there's so many places, too. There's not just one.
No, it's unbelievable. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ferris in the dirt, blocked by Matsuzaki, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
One thing I will say, Alaska, they haven't picked up on the pizza thing at all.
Okay, because there's a
Did you
couple
go
of
to Moose's
spots.
Tooth?
I was
Yeah.
going to ask you
Yeah.
about it. Have you been there?
I went there, and it's all hyped up. It's everything here, and I wouldn't even say the margarita pizza was margarita style.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't go. Runner goes on the 2-2 pitch, pulled by a diving third baseman, Provencio, into left field, heading to third base, and the throw is not in time. Diving in safely is Becker, first and third. Nobody out here in the fourth.
Just off the end of the bat, right by Provencio, has been very solid over at third base this season. Hasn't had an error in almost 3 weeks now, but sometimes you make contact and good things happen.
First and third, nobody out. Middle infield, Grant Toss and Landon Underhill playing double play depth. Certainly would exchange a double play for the run. Hunter Klotz struck out looking his first time up. And the first pitch fastball is low and outside for ball one. The left-handed hitting first baseman, Hunter Klotz. The 1-0 pitch on the inside corner, check swing. Didn't matter. It was called a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. It's just about 7:10 Alaska time. No lights on. You would think it's 3:30 in the afternoon. It is unbelievable. Breaking ball in the inside corner, 1-2.
Fools me every time. Every time. Even being here for 2 months. It's unbelievable. I mean, I feel like instead of having dinner, I should go for lunch after the game.
What time or at what point did you start adjusting to this?
I think like 3 weeks in, you get used to it, but I'm still not used to the late 10 p.m. dinner. And I don't think I ever will.
1 ball, 2 strikes, first and third, nobody out, top of the fourth. 1-2 is bounced foul, first base side. Over the dugout, stays 1-2. I went to play golf the other night. Finished at past 11 p.m. Eastern time. It was still light out. The sun was just starting to set. You had a good 45 minutes or more left to go play.
Things stay open here. They know that. They know it stays late. Why not get some more action?
Another 1-2 changeup missing inside. You don't see that very often. A changeup by a righty going inside to a lefty.
And Grady Ferris has been working on his arsenal all season long, so It's been up and down, to say the least. Sometimes give up the long ball.
Check on the runner at first. Burkholdt dives back in safely.
Burkholdt over at first, actually, has 2 homers against Grady this season, so glad he didn't go deep this time around, but still base knock.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men on, nobody out. Here in the 4th, 3-0 Bucs on top. Another changeup. He goes back there, missing low and inside again. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. All right, down 3-0. First and third, nobody out. Do you take a chance and send Burkholdt here?
I don't know. Burkholdt's a big catcher. Not too much speed.
He's going, and it's ripped to right field. That'll drive in 1. Logan Ewell bobbles it, and they're going to hold up the runner at third base. So it's first and third, an RBI single for Hunter Klotz.
That's why none of them coach. I don't coach. And right after I said that, took off. But, I mean, you like that. Full count pitch. You're expecting the hitter to put the ball in play, so I guess less of a risk there.
First and third, RBI single by Klotz, and now we're going to have a visit to the mound.
Izzy Fuentes, the pitching coach, takes his patented long trot out there. He likes to take some time, calm down the pitcher Ferris.
Cade Finazzo started this game, worked 2 scoreless innings, getting set for the playoffs. And here is Grady Ferris. He worked a 1-2-3 third, now in some trouble here in the 4th, has allowed 3 consecutive hits, all singles to Becker, Burkholdt, and Klotz.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I got to get out of the booth again. I don't know.
Look, baseball is a game filled with superstitions.
Yeah.
I am as superstitious as they come.
What are some of your biggest superstitions?
Honestly, like, if things are going well, I don't move.
Yeah, okay. Stay still.
I could tell you a story. The greatest day of my life, I got to go to the Game 6 of the 1996 World Series when the Yankees won.
Yeah.
It was a total surprise. The first 2-strike count of the game, I clapped and cheered, clapped and whistled.
Yep.
It didn't work. So after that, I just clapped. It worked every time but once.
Wow. Wow. I mean, that's commitment right there. If it works, why not?
Landon teasing at the plate. Runners on first and third. Righty versus righty. First pitch off the end of the bat down the right field line. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Burkholdt will come in to score. Heading to third is Klotz. It's 4 consecutive singles for the Pilots, and they now trail 3-2.
Couple hits this inning, not hard off the bat, but finds outfield grass. And Logan Ewell's a great outfielder. Still got a pretty good jump, but listen, you put the ball in play, something the Pilots have struggled doing all season long here in the ABL. They're doing it finally in the 4th inning of a game in the last week of the season.
That'll bring up C.J. Freeland, the catcher. Lefty hitting, chokes up on the bat just a tiny bit. First and third again, and still looking for the first out are the Bucs as the fastball misses up and in for ball 1.
Did you ever play baseball? And when you played, did you have superstitions?
Yeah, I guess I did. The 1-0 pitch in the air, left field, retreating is McGarry back in front of the warning track. Now on the warning track, that'll tie the game as Klotz will come in to score. The throw goes to second, holding the runner at first. 3-3 here in the 4th. Another sacrifice fly.
This doesn't look like the Pilots' offense that I've seen the last 2 months of the season. I mean, this is good baseball. You're moving runners over. You're making contact. You're bringing in runners on third base with less than 2 outs. So credit to them here. Tie game just like that.
Just like that. Now Rodriguez, the lefty, steps in, takes the first pitch fastball on the outside corner at the knees for strike 1. As far as superstitions, if things were going well, I'd wear the same socks.
Yep.
Check on the runner back at first. Back in standing up is teasing. Sometimes if I would chew gum or I'd chew sunflower seeds depending on how things were going.
Yep.
Nothing crazy, though. Another look at the runner and diving back in safely, well ahead of the throw, is teasing. How about you?
I definitely had a socks thing in high school. The socks were working in well, you know, might not see the laundry for a little bit.
0-1, broken back, ground ball to second. They go to second for 1, over to first, and that is a 4-6-3 inning-ending double play. But not before the Glacier Pilots strike back, getting 3 runs in the top of the inning. We head to the bottom half of the 4th, all tied at 3. Bottom half of the 4th inning now. 3-3 is the score. Pilots and Bucs. A new pitcher on the hill for the Pilots. It is the right-hander Chase Sorley coming in for Finn Chapman. And Milo, we talked about this. It was huge for Finn Chapman to get out of the last inning with just 1 run coming across, stranding the bases loaded, because now look what happens. You go to the top half of the 4th, and the Pilots strike back and tie the game at 3.
Yeah, it seemed like that inning where Finn Chapman was out there in the bottom of the 3rd. He was out there for what seemed like forever. And yeah, the 1 earned run, Kai McGarry went down on strikes. That last batter, McGarry known to strike out a little bit. So nice for Chapman to end out his day a lot better than what could have been if he gave up a few more there.
And because the offense came through, he is no longer on the hook for the loss, as it'll be the top of the order. Underhill, Haas, and Ewell in the 4th for the Bucs. This series this year, 7-4 advantage for the Bucs over the Pilots, as the Bucs have won 3 in a row, but it seemed like it started off every other win you traded places.
Yeah, and as of late, the Bucs have taken control. But yeah, these two teams, I mean, of course, the Battle of Anchorage is always going to be tight towards the beginning of the season.
Underhill 0 for 1, a fly out to center and a walk, and that first pitch fastball misses outside for ball 1. Now stepping off the rubber is Sorley, tying the shoelaces on the right shoe, wearing number 21.
The Pilots bullpen has struggled all season long, so interesting to see how well Chase Sorley does. He's been a guy who's come back a whole bunch with the Pilots, so a trusted guy to the pen.
1-0 is up and away with a fastball, 2 balls and no strikes. I asked Alex this question: what's been the highlight of the summer for you?
Highlight of the summer. My dad visited and we did a cruise over in Kenai.
2-0, fouled back over the third base dugout, 2-1.
And so it was a 6-hour cruise trip, and we went out into open ocean over there. They gave us lunch and everything. We saw whales. We saw fisher people out there for hours. I don't know how they do it. I mean, it's unbelievable. There's nothing over there.
2-1, swung on and missed, 2 balls and 2 strikes. What'd your dad think of it?
Oh, it was unbelievable. He was a huge fan. It was near Seward, which is a town over there, which is like a really nice. It's a tight-knit community, and they're all about fishing over there. It was nice weather when we were there too, so brilliant.
2-2, fouled back, out of play. Stays 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Landon Underhill. It's a heck of an experience for you guys to be out here.
Yeah.
For the Alaska Baseball League, to have college students come out and broadcast. Backdoor breaking ball misses outside and low, 3-2. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to look back on this in 20, 25 years and say, man, that was one of the best summers of my life.
Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. Taking every moment, and it's just, I don't know if I would have come to Alaska without this. So take the advantage, and it's been amazing.
And plus the players that you become close with, you'll follow their careers.
Exactly.
3-2 pitch, popped up, foul territory, third base side. Over in the coach's box is teasing to make the one-handed catch. One away.
Underhill, a bit of a slump here now. 0 for 4 yesterday, now 0 for 2 on the day. One of the top hitters on the Bucs, so you'd like to see him get going here before the playoffs.
Now Grant Haas 0 for 2. Tapped out in front of home plate. First time up, struck out looking his last time up. That was against Chapman. Now facing Sorley for the first time. Righty versus righty, and the pitch is low and outside with a fastball for ball 1. When you think about players who have come through this league, obviously the big one right now is going to be Aaron Judge. Mark McGuire has played here. Breaking ball missing inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Paul Goldschmidt played for the Bucs. Kurt Suzuki, Keith Falk, Wally Joyner. I mean, Brooks Kieschnick, I don't know if you know about him. Brooks Kieschnick was essentially Shohei Ohtani before Shohei Ohtani. 2-0, fisted towards first base. There's Klotz. He'll take it to the bag himself. 2 away here in the 4th.
And it's so interesting that the league that has bred so many MLB players is over in Alaska, because all these guys, you'd like to think, really appreciate their time out here. And there's such a beautiful part that it's still, there's still a whole bunch of players who go to the MLB over here, and the lineage is just so long.
Logan Ewell steps in, takes the first pitch fastball low and outside. Ewell walked, stole 2 bases, and scored his last time. And he grounded out to first his first time up. 0 for 1 on the night. 1-0 changeup, chased and missed. 1-1. Yeah, it's pretty amazing between this league and the Cape Cod League. Those are the 2 summer baseball leagues that everybody talks about. The 1-1, changeup, ground ball, second base, slow roller, Ruby charging, backhand flips to first, and that will do it here in the 4th. A 1-2-3 inning work by Chase Sorley. Milo, thank you so much for letting me join you guys here.
Thank you so much.
This has been a blast. Alex Burstein will be back right after this, as it is 3-3 through 4 innings here at Mulcahy Stadium.
Back here at Mulcahy Stadium. Glad you're with us. Milo Hoffman, Alex Burstein now as we go to the top of the 5th. 3-3 the score. First pitch from Ferris outside to Ryan Christensen. 1 ball, no strikes. Ferris spins and comes home. Pitch, swing and a miss. A changeup down and away. 1-1 now on Christensen. A strikeout back in the 3rd for the right fielder. The Pilots, though, 3 runs in the 4th have made it a ball game. Pitch, fastball clubbed in the air towards right field. Diving Underhill can't make the play, and it trickles into right, a base hit for Christensen. Off the end of the bat, the leadoff man aboard for the Peas here, top of the 5th.
Yeah, Christensen struggled this year at the plate, but it seems like when he's against the Bucs, he just has a little bit more success, and a nice job there to get the ball down and through the gap for a nice base hit. Pilots just finding their bat here against Ferris.
Back to the top of the lineup for the Peas. It's Dylan Marks, 0 for 2 on the day. Christensen takes his lead off of first. Ferris, first base side, comes home. Breaking ball spins in for strike 1. Brady trying to bounced back after that rough fourth. He gave up 4 straight singles, 3 runs. He got out of it, though. 4-6-3 double play on B.J. Rodriguez. Here's the 0-1. Fastball hit high in the air towards center. That'll bloop in for a base hit. Christensen moves up 90 feet. It's back-to-back singles here in the top of the 5th for the Pilots. Marks the board at first. Back-to-back innings now. Trouble for Grady Ferris. He's given up some hard-hit balls here. He'll take a lap around the rubber, take a deep breath, and now Matsuzaki calls time. Home plate umpire Ethan McCrane. He doesn't give it to him, though. Interesting interaction there. First and second occupied for the Peas.
It's all base hits here. It's now 6 singles in 2 innings for the Pilots. They're just finding the gaps and playing small ball against the Bucs.
That brings up Jet Ruby pitch. He shows bunt, moves out of the way, and a breaking ball way high and tight. 1 ball, no strikes.
I'm surprised they're keeping Ferris in for this long.
Well, Gabe Finazzo only goes 2 innings, right?
Yeah.
So you got to think Ferris has been stretched out as of late. You expect him to go a little bit, trying to save guys for the playoffs. Here's the pitch. Ruby shows bunt, pulls back, a ball inside. 2 balls and no strikes.
Just in terms of saving Ferris for the
It's
postseason,
true.
though, he's been obviously a couple of rough outings as of recent, but you have to imagine he's the number 2 or 3 player in the rotation right now for the bullpen for the Bucs.
Here's the 2-0. Fastball misses high and wide. 3-0 now on Ruby. We're tied up at 3-piece, top of the 5th. Dylan Marks leads off first. Ryan Christensen off of second. 8 hits for the Peas, just 2 for the Bucs. Last 2 innings have been good for the Pilots. Pitch. Fastball called a strike on the inside corner. 3-1. Jet Ruby so far today, 2 ground outs. 1 to short in the first, 1 to second in the third. Runners take their leads first and second. Here's the pitch. Fastball hit in the air, foul territory. That'll make the stands. Now full on Ruby. Ruby coming off the walk-off hit yesterday in 11 innings against the Miners. In a moment that highlighted the year for the Pilots. It's been a rough one, but let's take that. 3-2. Fastball low, and it's ball 4 to Jet Ruby. The bases are loaded with nobody out in the top of the 5th.
That's the one thing Ferris hasn't had. He has not recorded walk until that at-bat. So they've obviously been making the contact. If control is becoming an issue now as well, it may be time to turn the script to the bullpen pretty soon.
Hitters Andrew Becker. The bags are full. Ferris comes home. Fastball misses outside. 1-0.
RBI guys, just who you want right now.
Becker, more than an RBI guy today. 2 for 2, a single in the first, a single in the fourth. That started off that big 4th inning. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses outside once again. 2 balls and no strikes. Corners of the infield are playing in for the Bucs. It's Toger at first on the lip and Provencio over at third. Middle, double play depth. Ferris stands tall. Now he comes home. Here's the 2-0. Upstairs, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes on Andrew Becker. Grady Ferris has lost control of the strike zone here in the top of the 5th. Another ball brings home the go-ahead run. Here's the offering. This time pours in for a strike, a fastball. Becker, like Alex was saying, 22 RBIs, now second place, 3-1. Called a strike at the knees, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kai McGarry with his 2-run single back in the third. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside, ball 4. Andrew Becker gets rid of his gear. He trots on over to first base. The Pilots have the lead, 4-3. Ryan Christensen touches home. Ferris has just lost control of the strike zone here. The Bucs were in control up 3-0. Now it's 4-3 Pilots.
Yeah, now Ren Matsuzaki will come out to the mound. I'm surprised we don't see Izzy Fuentes, the pitching coach, there as well. John Witt getting warm in the bullpen right now, one of the top righty relievers for this Bucs squad, but everything falling apart quickly here for Anchorage, and you really do not want to give up multiple runs this inning and give yourself a big deficit to climb out of.
Now it's a real dangerous guy at the plate, Adam Burkholt. He's also 2 for 2. Single in the first, a single in the fourth. Base is still full of Pilots. Nobody out. Top of the 5th, 1 run home. Here's the pitch. Fastball left upstairs. 1-0. Burkholt comes in, 364 average. That's second best in the ABL. By far the best mark on the Pilots. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. 1-1.
Well, sometimes it just takes one pitch to get your confidence up there, and that breaking ball is a pitch that's been off and down for Ferris. He said earlier this season he hasn't had his whole career, and now it's finally come along. So maybe throw a couple more of those.
The pitch, fastball high in the air, right field, foul territory. That'll make the bleachers. So now Ferris ahead 1-2, trying to work out of this jam. Still bases loaded, nobody out, top of the fifth. 4-3 Pilots lead it. They've exploded now for 8 hits on the day. 6 more than the Bucs at 2. Ferris stands tall on the rubber. First base sign. Peers in for the sign. Now he spins and deals. Breaking ball hit up the middle towards center field. Coming on near it. Dives, makes the play. Attacking from third is Ryan Christensen. Oh, it dropped. They say it dropped. The force outs at third base. It's Jet Ruby out. The run comes home to score Dylan Marks. It looked like Joey Narrett made the play out in center field, but he dropped it at the last second.
Yeah, it looked like kind of got jammed between his glove and the grass there, and he thought he had it at first too, but the field umpire, Casey Mosier, had a close eye on it out by second base and said it was down on the ground, and just like that, lead now up to 5-3, still just 1 out.
Here's the pitch to Hunter Klotz, grounds it to first. Toger gloves it at the knees, shovels to first. Ferris is covering. So they get the out at first. Both runners advance. It's Becker now at second and Jet Ruby at third. Well, the inning has just fallen apart now. Bucs down 5-3 after leading 3-0. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, called the strike on the outer half. Landon teasing the hitter. Ground out and a single. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball. 0-2. Oh and 2, 2 outs. We're in the top of the fifth. 2 runs already home. 5-3. The Pilots lead it. Ferris peers in for the sign. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball just missed outside. 1-2. Runners on second and third. 1-2 count. 2 gone. Here's Ferris's pitch. Swing and a miss on the high cheese. And Grady works out of it. But the Pilots do get 2 more runs. They now lead. It's 5-3 Ps as we head to the bottom of the fifth. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Now the Bucs losing 5-3. 3 runs in the 4th, 2 runs in the 5th for the Pilots. Their offense has come alive after 3-0 spots in the first 3 frames. Now Joey Narrett leading off against Chase Sorley on for his 2nd inning of relief. Here's the offering. Fastball misses outside. It's 1-0 on Joey Narrett. So far today, 0 for 1 for the center fielder. He grounded out and he was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Right on left matchup, Sorley stands tall on the rubber, kicks, and he comes home. 1-0 pitch, called to strike on the knees, 1-1. Bucs trying to get the offense going. 3 runs, but just 2 hits. Sorley steps back on the rubber. 5-3 Pilots lead it on a gorgeous day here in East Anchorage. 1-1. Breaking ball whiffed. Tapped at the plate. It was a foul ball. Hit off the leg of the catcher Carter Freeland, who's now squatting up the 3rd baseline. It'll take a moment. Home plate umpire Ethan McCraney goes out to talk to Chase Sorley, the pitcher, trying to buy their backstop some time. That can't feel good. You heard it up here. Just caught his inner part of the thigh. That's what catchers do. The toughest position on the baseball diamond and arguably the toughest position in sports. 1-2 the count on Joey Narrett. He digs back into the lefty box. Sorley comes home. Swung on, lifted high in the air towards center field. Becker drifts back. Now he has time, and he makes the one-handed grab. Fires it back in. First out of the inning, Joey Narrett retired on the fly out to center. That brings up Sean Toger.
Chase Sorley is doing an excellent job of just igniting soft contact from these Bucs bats. He's not a guy that's going to strike out a lot of players, but 4 very playable balls so far from the Bucs offense. And if you can keep that going, this will be a long outing for him.
Another right on left matchup. Here's the pitch. Fastball called to strike on the outside corner. 0-1 on Toger. Toger is 1 for 2 on the day. Single back in the 2nd. He struck out in the 3rd. Slightly open stance. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball down to the dirt. Nice scoop by Carter Freeland. 1 ball and 1 strike. Another gorgeous day in Anchorage. Glad you're joining us. Milo Hoffman, Alex Burstein with you. 5-3 Pilots lead in the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 1-1. Fastball just missed outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Toger came into the day a .327 mark. He's done pitching on the season. He was a 2-way guy, but got up to 16 innings. That was his pitch limit. Here's the 2-1 offering. Foul back. 2-2. In on the hands, it was a fastball. Toger battling up there. He's picked up the bat as of late. Like I said, already a single today. Multi-hit game yesterday in Chugiak against the Chinooks. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 gone. Bottom 5. 5-3 Pilots lead. Here's the offering. High and wide on the fastball. 3-2. The Pilots' offense has just come alive the last 2 innings, unlike we've seen really all season long.
Yeah, I mean, even this weekend, they were only able to score past the 7th inning, it seemed.
Payoff. Swung on, lifted shallow center field. Becker comes on. Now the shortstop Mark's also there, but Becker will take the reins and make the grab. He made it in shallow left center field, and there's 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, that was a ball that had shortstop written all over it, and then your second guess would be left fielder, but Becker showing off the legs there. He made up a lot of room, not playing super deep out in center, but good play following the shadow of that light in left field.
It's funny how the captain of the infield, the shortstop, think they can catch everything.
Oh, yeah.
Credit to them.
I think every player thinks they can catch everything.
Pitch to Matsuzaki, pours in for a fastball strike at the knees.
I mean, you think you can catch everything out
I
when
do.
you're shagging BP.
I was out shagging BP today, 2nd time, had a whole lot of fun, was talking with right fielder Logan Yule. I said, listen, if I catch a few more, you might be on the bench. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball outside, 0-2.
I don't think you're taking Yule's job.
It's true. Logan Yule has been amazing out there and right. No errors on the season. He's been hitting really well. So, he doesn't have to worry about me too much. Let's say that. 0-2. Fastball way outside, back to the screen. 1-2. Matsuzaki today is 0 for 1, a walk in the 3rd. Back in the lineup for the first time in a few days. Luke Taylor, the catcher for the Bucs, took a fastball off his forearm 2 days ago. He's been sidelined now 2 games in a row.
hopefully see him back in the lineup next few days. Reese Sherman was behind the plate yesterday for the Bucs. Now Matsuzaki in there, a pure 3-man rotation. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 gone. Bottom 5, Pilots lead 5-3. Here's Sorley's pitch. Fastball taken down low, 2-2. Just missed. 289 mark on the season for Matsuzaki. He has a severe open stance. Sorley steps on the rubber first base side. He comes home. Fastball fouled back. Still 2-2. Bucs led this game 3-0 heading into the 4th, but the Pilots scored 3 in the 4th and 2 in the 5th. Now lead 5-3. 9 hits on the day for the Peas, just 2 for the Bucs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fastball low, 3-2. Infield shifted slightly towards the right, Dylan Marks, leaving a big gap between third and short. Here's the payoff. Fastball clubbed in the air towards left field. Playable for B.J. Rodriguez. He has his eyes on it, and he makes the grab, and that retires the side in the bottom of the 5th. The Bucs go in order, 3 flyouts for Chase Sorley, and we head to the 6th. Alex Burstein will have you covered. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, we turn the page to the top of inning number 6. Bucs trailing 5-3 to the Glacier Pilots here. Final game of the season set between the 2 Anchorage squads. John Witt in for relief of Grady Ferris after 3 innings of up and down relief ball from the right-hander out of Cal State Fullerton. Now it's John Witt's turn, making his 11th appearance of the season. Has been a go-to guy. Faces off against Carter Freeland. First pitch. Misses outside. Witt's hat flies off his head, and if you're watching your warm-ups, you are not watching this pitch. You're watching where in the world does his hat end up, because it never seems to stay on the head of John Witt.
Should make it a game.
Yeah, you can guess. Left, right, front, back. It goes everywhere. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch misses outside, and we'll move it to a 2-0 count. The wind is blowing ever so slightly out to left field. I don't think that has much of an impact on his hat, though. I think it's
No.
more of just his body velocity.
Tight distance. Hat's going wherever it wants.
2-0 pitch. Fastball clubbed in the air towards left field. Kai McGarry gives an eye to the line, reaches up and makes the grab for out number 1. A nice play by Kai McGarry. Crashed into the bullpen fence. He's okay. And a nice play for out number 1.
That's impressive. That ball had some serious carry. You're just talking about the wind. I think the wind picked that one up just a bit towards the line over there. So nice stuff from McGarry. Tracked it all the way home, and that's tough when you know you're going to crash into the fence.
It's a very, very small foul territory out there by the left field foul pole. You have about 5 feet separating the line and the fence over and left. So, one away for B.J. Rodriguez. First offering. Fastball bounced towards first. Toger grabs on a low hop. Scoops to Witt, who covers first base in time for out number 2. So, John Witt, quick work here in the second. That's just what the Bucs needed. Rodriguez just rolled over a bouncer to Toger, and the first baseman has been very impressive tonight.
Yeah, and Sean Toger, a routine play, but more impressively, John Witt, another guy you expect to play a huge role in the playoff series against the Miners. So he's out there today. Of course, a reliever, they can go multiple innings in a row, but you like to see him keep the pitch count down low, make sure he's nice and fresh for Matsu.
2 outs already for John Witt through 2 batters. 9-man Ryan Christensen at the plate. First offering. Hit in the air, left side of the infield, drifts into foul territory. Reese Sherman reaches towards the dugout and can't make the play. Now, that's the fastest I've seen the catcher move in quite some time. He turned on the booster, Ren Matsuzaki, to get there to the dugout, but could not make the grab.
Yeah, I thought that he might have had a chance to make that play really fast, but that was one of the closer ones. It skipped up on top of the Buck dugout.
So, it's no balls and 1 strike on Christensen. Next pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. The curveball ended up behind the left foot of Christensen, but he took a vicious hack, and he's down in the count 0-2. Bucs trail 5-3, top of the 6th inning here at Mulcahy Stadium. Already 9 hits on the day for the Glacier Pilots. Could make it 10 here with Christensen. The 0-2. Witt misses. Oh, just hits the outside corner. Late call from home plate umpire Ethan McCraney. And Ryan Christensen down on strikes. A 1-2-3, 6th inning for John Witt. And the Bucs head to the bottom half of the 6th, down 5-3. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. We played to the bottom of inning number 6 here at Mulcahy Stadium. Bucs need some runs, and they need them quickly. Down 5-3 as Corey Bantam struts to the lefty's batter's box to face off against Chase Sorley here in the last of the 6th. Bucs haven't recorded a run since back in inning number 3. They scored 3 across the 2nd and 3rd. They've been shut out the rest of the way. Sorley versus Bantam. First pitch from the righty. Fastball misses down low, and it's a 1-0 count on the designated hitter for the Bucs. The lefty twirls his bat and now gets ready for the 1-0. Here it comes. Fastball battled back. Vicious hack from Corey Bantam evens the count out at 1 apiece. Bucs down 5-3. They've only recorded 2 hits on the night. They both came back in the first couple of innings. Here's the 1-1. Bantam watches a pitch low. Alex Burstein here alongside Milo Hoffman. Game number 28 of the Alaska Baseball League schedule for both of these squads. Regular season wrapping up. Here's the 2-1. Fastball fouled off left side. Bucs will travel on Saturday to play the Chinooks. The final game here at Mulcahy Stadium this season is tomorrow evening against the Matsu Miners. It's been a long stretch here at Mulcahy Stadium, and the Bucs will finally say their goodbyes tomorrow night. Championship Series will be up in Palmer next week. Here's the 2-2. Bantam takes a pitch low, and it moves it to a full count now on the DH. Bantam has already reached once today. Walk in the second, sac fly in the third. Here's the 3-2. Called strike 3 on the outer third. Sorley has a strikeout, and the Bucs sent back to the dugout with their first K of the inning. There's one away in the bottom of the 6th.
And leading up to that bat, Corey Bantam has looked really good at the plate. So that's the first time he saw him pitch. That was called a strike. But even still, he worked the count into decent size. So still a guy who's going to go up there and do his best at the plate. Try to put the ball in play. And unsuccessful there.
Brings James Cervencio to the plate. First pitch just misses a hair outside. 1-0 the count. Well, Chase Sorley came in the 4th inning. He's faced 7 batters, and he sent them all back to the dugout. But that was the first one by strikeout. He's gotten creative outs. The 1-0. Again outside. Well, you have to think the Pilots, they can use their best pitchers these last couple games because they have nothing to play for after. The Bucs in a slightly different scenario.
Yeah, exactly. And they're willing to put it all out there. This is their championship.
2-0. Pitch taken for a strike down the middle. 2-1 now on Provencio. The Pilots were a dynasty to start off the 2020s. Won in 2021, 2022, and 23. But now we'll have back-to-back seasons without making the championship. The 2-1. Provencio waves at a down-low pitch, and it evens out the count at 2 apiece. 0 for 1 day for the third baseman. Reached via an error in the second and walked back in the third. Provencio relaxed in the lefty's batter's box. Sorley with the glove at his face, turns and fires. Provencio grounds it towards short, rolling to his left, grabbed by Marks, who throws to first in time for out number 2. Provencio with sharp contact on the left side of the infield. Marks is not going to make many mistakes over there.
Dylan Marks actually does have an error so far today, but it was on the throw. Fielding, he's excellent. He fielded it at the belt. Took a bit of a high skip there, but still a nice throw over to first to complete the play. He's one of the niftiest players at shortstop in the entire league, but shortstop position has just been real solid all throughout.
All 4 teams have someone who can really lock down the position. Kai McGarry at the plate, shows bunt, takes first pitch all the way for a strike, 0-1. Obviously have Greg Parentoni, who's been excellent all season long for the Miners, is a favorite to win the Gold Glove Award this season. It's hard to say that he has not been the best shortstop, but everyone's been excellent. 0-1 pitch inside, 1-1. Really, the Chinooks are the only team that's kind of switched around their shortstop position, but even last night we saw Trent Cornell pretty decent.
Exactly. Normally it would be Tate Green, who's doing really well hitting. So, yeah, shortstop. Really good spot.
1-1. McGarry takes pitch high in the zone for a strike, 1-2. Bucs shortstop Grant Haas, he's in the hole, hoping the Bucs can get a couple of reaches to get him to the plate. Quiet start for Haas, 0 for 3 tonight. Kai McGarry, he's 1 for 2, had a 2 RBI single, but is down in the count 1-2. Next offering. Pitch taken low and outside, and it's a 2-2 count on the Arizona State left fielder. 2 away here in the bottom of inning number 6, a 5-3 lead for the Pilots over the Bucs. Sun still belting down at Mulcahy Stadium, nearing 8 p.m. local time in Anchorage. Turn and the 2-2. Breaking ball just misses inside, and it's a full count now on Kai McGarry. He really tried to pull his hands in, wanted to pull that one, but great job by McGarry to lay off of it.
Yeah, and the eye for McGarry is something that has really developed over his time here in the ABL, and like I said earlier, leads the team in walks.
3-2. Pitch taken low and outside, and just like that, it's a full count walk to Kai McGarry. There's a runner at first base. We talked about how important laying off that third ball was, gets him to the full count, and then it pays off. And that's a big skill that McGarry's been working on, laying off those pitches, and he's gotten a lot better at it as of recent.
Yeah, walks are just, one of the most underrated parts of baseball, and especially with Kai McGarry, a guy who I would fully expect to steal here at the top of the lineup up for the Bucs. Worst situation, you get thrown out, it's still the top in the 7th.
Landon Underhill swings at the first pitch, sends it high in the air, out of play to the left side. So watching a video on Twitter that was actually reposted by Dylan Espinal, the first base coach for the Bucs, and it was Freddie Freeman talking about that art of the inside of the plate. And when you're really able to control the inner third, it just makes you so much more advantage as a hitter because you can pull it in so many different directions. The 0-1. Underhill watches one bounce in front of him. McGarry will easily take second base on the wild pitch. And just like that, there's a runner in scoring position for the Bucs with 2 away in the 6th. So an inning that looked like it might go down with a 1-2-3 now has a runner 180 feet from scoring. And the Bucs could get within 2.
Didn't even have to steal.
Yeah.
He took full advantage there. Was on his horse. Even tried to think about third for a second, but held up.
We've seen that a couple times.
Yeah.
He wants a double steal this season or a wild pitch in the stolen bag. Has a couple more games to do it. 1-1 on Underhill. Left-handed second baseman. Next pitch. Popped foul to the left side.
Underhill's been going oppo a whole lot more these last few games. You see, he hits 2 homers on the season. They're both to right. Now, all of a sudden, he's gone to center field a whole bunch. He's gone to left. So, he's 0 for 2 on the day, a fly out to center and a fly out to third base. He's trying to go inside out, which is very, can be very successful doing that.
You love an oppo shot here. The 1-2. Underhill watches a breaking pitch low, and it's a 2-2 count with 2 away here. Kai McGarry still dancing over there at second base, being loosely checked by Dylan Marks at shortstop. Usually with a righty, you'd see Marks checking him a little closer, but Underhill has that opposite power. Here's the 2-2. Way outside. Well, Sorley gave up his first base runner in Kai McGarry off of the walk. He's hoping that nothing comes of that. McGarry got to second base on the wild pitch earlier this at-bat to Landon Underhill. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes on the DBU utility player. Underhill waves his bat in the air, now sets it. And the payoff pitch. Swung on, hit in the air towards center field. Becker going back, reaches up his glove and makes the grab above his head for out number 3. Underhill sent it a long way but couldn't find the wall, and the inning comes to a close. No runs off of no hits, no errors. Kai McGarry stranded at second base after a walk for the left fielder. Still a 5-3 deficit for the Bucs as we turn the page to the 7th. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium to the top of the 7th inning. It's a 5-3 lead for the Glacier Pilots over the Bucs here on the Anchorage Bucs Baseball YouTube Network. Alex Burstein here with you alongside Milo Hoffman. A perfect night for baseball on the east side of Anchorage. John Witt in for a second inning of worked a clean 6, and now we'll try to continue that in the 7th. Leadoff man Dylan Marks, first pitch. Taken for a strike on the inside corner. Marks backed away from that one, thought it might break inside and hit him. Instead, just had to watch a strike pour into the zone, and it's an 0-1 count on the one man who singled his last time up, came around to score. Witt sets the 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 0-2 the counts.
This is unbelievable with the hat thing.
Yeah, this is more than usual.
It's more than. So do you think the hat is too
big.
Too big?
It has to be.
Right. Wow. Just every time it falls off.
See, the problem is usually if your hat was too big, you'd go and get another one.
Right.
But baseball players are superstitious. 0-2 swung on and missed. Strike 3 on the breaking pitch. Dylan Marks down on strikes, and there's one away in the top of the 7th. John Witt has been pitching so good. Why would you want to change your hat?
It's funny. It's just a part of his routine. Like, he throws the pitch, strikes someone down, and then goes down, picks up his hat, and carries on.
Well, we saw maybe the most bizarre warm-up pitch sequence of all time. He threw a pitch and didn't let go of the ball on one. And then the very next pitch, he threw a strike and then lost his hat and caught it. First pitch misses outside to Jet Ruby. Yes, John Witt did lose his hat on the pitch, and it's a 1-out count.
I'm gonna ask him to say what size or what's your head size here and what size is your hat, because something's not adding up.
You need like a piece of string to tighten it a little bit. One more pitch, misses down low. It's a 2-0 count on Ruby. Ruby, the hero last night, hit a walk-off single in the bottom of the 11th inning here at Mulcahy Stadium. That's a dream. Summer ball, hit a walk-off hit in front of the hometown fans. That's what Ruby did. It's up in the count, 2-0. Next pitch. Taken for a strike on the bottom outside corner. Siegel, who's been making his way around the infield the last couple of minutes here at Mulcahy Stadium, has the best view of the game.
I was gonna say,
He might even beat our press box view.
doesn't even have to pay.
Yeah. 2-1. Fastball called strike on the bottom outside corner. Bet all the wildlife enjoying this weather too. Not a lot of rain, just
Although who knows?
sunny
I think
skies.
some wildlife animals do enjoy the rain.
That's true. They need water.
Yeah.
It's been a dry summer here in Anchorage, Alaska. Only one rainout. 2-2. Bounce towards second base. Underhill dives in, gloves it on a low hop, throws to first, a strike in time, and that's 2 away here in the 7th. It was a slow-moving bouncer over towards second base. Underhill read it well, was able to glove it low, and just darted that throw over the first base in time for the 4-3 putouts.
Now, Underhill's looked really smooth pretty much everywhere he's played this season. Went over to short, played in left, played in center, now at second base. And he's just smooth all around. The ultimate utility guy.
It brings Andrew Becker to the plate, the center fielder. Witt sets at his chest, the first pitch, taken outside. If we are going to see position players pitch, like we heard might be a possibility, the first guy I want to see is Landon Underhill, because he's been good at everything. Maybe he's a great pitcher.
Maybe. I mean, you got to think a lot of these guys have pitched too in their, in their high school days, maybe in their little league days.
The 1-0. Breaking ball inside, almost clipped the leg of Becker. They'll peel down the first base, and no sign at all from Casey Mosier. So it's a 2-0 count on Becker. Who do you think would be the best pitcher on the field who's not a pitcher right now?
I'm going to go...
John Toger doesn't count.
Okay. You got me before I got to first.
2-0 pitch, called for a strike, 2-1.
I'd probably go... Yeah, Landon Underhill's a great take because, listen, he's played the outfield. You'd probably go with one of the outfielders.
That's true.
Because you have a good arm. Maybe Logan Yule over there in right. I actually talked to him in batting practice. I said, have you ever pitched? He said no.
2-1. Clubbed in the air left side, and that will find the seats. 2-2 now the count on the center fielder. That's surprising.
Yeah, I said, have you ever pitched? He said, no, I started at shortstop when I was playing Little League and in high school. And then ever since then, I've just been moved to the outfield, pretty much all outfield in high school. And he's just been slotted over and right. We have seen him play center with the Bucs, but mainly a right fielder.
That's one specialty. The 2-2. Pitch misses high and outside. The closest I got to being a pitcher was in coach pitch when I stand in
I think
next
that
to the
sentence
coach.
needs to stop right there.
Well, it's a story
Okay.
because I was standing next to the coach who was throwing the pitches, and I took a line drive to the mouth, and I realized pitcher, not for me.
Yeah.
That was the sign
can happen.
not to do it. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Witt waits, and the payoff pitch. Breaking ball hit high in the air towards right field, drops into the batting cages of the Pilots. That one escaped off the bat quickly of Becker, and we'll keep it out of full count. You ever pitched?
I did not pitch, no. Did not pitch. I enjoy the active pitching. If you see me in a supermarket, I might mimic a 12-6 nasty curveball, but no.
3-2. Pitch misses low, and that's a full count walk offered to Becker. If you see Milo anywhere, you're either going to see him practicing his golf swing, practicing his baseball swing, or practicing his fastball down the middle.
Yeah. You know, you got to be ready when your name is called. So, you know, I'm just trying to stay hot, as they say. But no pitching. No pitching for me. Pitching's such an interesting art, you know. It's such an unorthodox movement for the arm. That's why, you know, there's so many injuries, but it's so impressive.
Runner takes on the first pitch. Down the second base in time is Andrew Becker. He goes to third on the wild throw, and just like that, there's a runner at third base for the Pilots. It was a strike to Adam Burkholz, and the throw just bounced off the glove of Grant Haas over there at second base. So on the air, there's a runner at third, and the Pilots very close to taking a 6-3 lead here in the top of the 7th. Stolen base and an error. Becker sitting comfortably at third. 0-1 the count on Burkholz, the DBU product. Next pitch. All the way into the zone for a strike. 0-2 the count. Burkholz, very nice day. 3 for 3. All singles, has a run and a RBI as well. He had a 3-hit day yesterday as well. Long wait, the 0-2. Pitch misses outside. Burkholz held his swing away, and it's a 1-2 count.
This is a big moment.
Yep. Walk obviously would get the corners occupied. A hit brings a run in, and any out brings the top of the 7th to a close. The 1-2. Fouled back. Well, if you look at the stats page of the Alaska Baseball League, you're going to see a lot of green and yellow, especially for the batting average. The minors hold the 1 spot, 3 spot, 4 spot, 5 spot. The lone not green and yellow is this guy right here, Adam Burkholz. He's been excellent at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes for the designated hitter. Next pitch, just battled foul. Hit off the bat of Burkholz, then the helmet of the catcher, Ren Matsuzaki. Everyone's okay, though. He'll take a few steps in front of home, readjust his helmet, throw the ball out to John Witt, and he'll be okay for another 1-2 offering. All the catchers, we've said it, have been getting banged up in the last week of the season. Seems like every team, but especially the Bucs. Witt holds the glove in front of his chest, and the 1-2. Breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3, and John Witt gets out of the jam with a swinging strikeout. No runs off of no hits, no errors, and a runner stranded at third. That's Becker, who walked to get on. It's a 5-3 game. Pilots lead as we turn to the bottom of the 7th. Stretch time here at Mulcahy Stadium. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs Baseball. To the bottom of the 7th here at Mulcahy Stadium, 5-3. Pilots leading the Bucs. Anchorage home squad still trying to get back into this one, and they'll do it in the bottom of the 7th with the upper part of their lineup. 2, 3, and 4 guys due up. First pitch to Grant Haas. Fastball is taken all the way for a strike. 0-1 the count off the heater from Chase Sorley. 4th inning of relief for the right-hander, donning the number 21 jersey for the Pilots. Boy, has he been good tonight. The 0-1. Hit taken for a strike on the outer third. Sorley has that fastball working well.
Yeah, and he's dotting it on the black now. Playing off that breaking ball. So Grant Haas needs to try and work his way on here. Like you said, the heart of the Buck lineup. Trying to get something going.
Haas, Yule, and Narrett, the 3-2 up in the bottom of the 7th. The 0-2. Breaking ball didn't get the movement he wanted. Misses high and inside. And Haas gets back in the count 1-2. Had a 3-hit day yesterday in Chugiak, but 0 for 3 tonight. The 1-2. Fastball misses low and outside. Evens out the count at 2-2. Sorley with a long relief outing for the right-hander out of Sacramento State. He's worked clean innings in 2 of the 3. Here's the 2-2. Fastball hit high in the air towards left center field. Rodriguez goes back, jumps, and makes the grab at the wall. B.J. Rodriguez robs an extra baser from Grant Haas, and there's one away in the 7th. Haas sent that one a long way out to left field, but Rodriguez, even with the injury, is able to make that grab against the wall.
Really impressive stuff. I thought that was gone off the bat. And Haas, it hasn't hit a homer yet this season. I still thought it was finding its way out, but really nice play.
Logan Yule now at the plate. First pitch, Yule bounces it foul to the right side. And that's one the Bucs could have used, would have made it a 1-run game. It's got to be annoying as a hitter. You just unleash on one, even with the wind helping you. Just was a tad bit short.
Yeah.
Rodriguez, you can tell he's happy with himself out in left field. Here's the 0-1. Yule bounces it off the edge of his bat towards third. Barehanded by teasing. He throws to first off the mark. Yule turns towards second base now, and he'll be in safely. The umpires call the ball dead, so he would have gotten the bag regardless. And on the air from the third baseman teasing, there's a runner in scoring position now in the bottom of the 7th for the Bucs with just one away.
Yeah, and that's one I probably would have eaten if I was landing teasing, not throwing that one. Now instead, Logan Yule has tons of speed, is over at second base. Instead of him being at first scoring position for Joey Narrett, who's been swinging a pretty good bat.
Not only that, but teasing gets an air now when it would have been just an infield hit. So, Yule with a couple of strides off of second base. The lefty Joey Narrett at the plate with a chance to do some damage now in the bottom of the 7th. 5-3 Bucs trail. Infield played straight up. Here's the first offering. Narrett corks one towards right center field. Back towards the track. It drops for a base hit. Around third to score Logan Yule. Narrett holds up at second base. And an RBI blaster by Joey Narrett has the Bucs within one. 5-4 in the bottom of the 7th.
Joey Narrett has serious pop towards that right center field. Yeah, my goodness. He just has a crack off the bat that really no one else has. You can tell it's going to find grass.
Narrett wanted 3 on that one, but he was held up by Joe Silva, the third base coach. And just like that, the Bucs back within one. Sean Toger to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch. Toger fouls it off to the left side. This is just what the Bucs needed. A little bit of life in their offense. Haven't scored since all the way back in the 3rd inning. But now it's a 5-4 game. First RBI of the day for Narrett. He has his lead off of second base. Toger twirls his bat around in the lefty's batter's box. Sorley checks towards second base and the 0-1. Just missed outside.
It's good to see the Buck bats come alive here.
They needed it.
Yeah, there's a lot of scoreless going on. 3 straight scoreless innings leading into the 7th.
I mean, even in these games that don't matter as much, you still want to get a win, get some momentum into the championship series next week, where the Bucs will have 3 chances to end what's been a dominant run by the Matsu Miners. Bucs go for back-to-back ABL championship titles, while the Miners look to win their first of the 2020s. Last title came back in 2018 for Matsu. 1 ball and 1 strike on Sean Toger. Sorley sets at his blue belt, looks towards second and the pitch. Misses outside, 2-1. Sorley looks a little bit rattled here.
I was just about to say, he's now been in for his 4th inning of work out of the bullpen. You got to think it's getting to him a little bit.
This is a guy that this past spring pitched 4 2/3 innings across the entire season. He's not used to these long outings. Has had some this summer, but still gained that arm back used to it. The 2-1. Line towards right field. Center fielder Becker over, makes the grab. Narrett tags from second base. He won't have to slide. Gets into third safely. And the fly out by Sean Toger moves Joey Narrett into prime scoring position. There's 2 away in the bottom of the 7th.
That one also hit hard, but center fielder Becker had that one tracked all the way. Nice job from Narrett to tag on that one. He had a really smooth slide into third on that.
I know, I didn't think he was going to slide.
Yeah.
He did at the end, but he popped up at the end.
Like a Trey Turner.
I guess with the turf, you have a little extra bounce to get up. First pitch to Ren Matsuzaki. He takes low and inside, 1-0 the count. Narrett always looks cool on the field, whether it's in center fielder or at the plate. He just knows how to have that baseball aura.
The baseball aura for Joey Narrett.
Catcher C.J. Freeland will go out to have a word with Chase Sorley, and Rich Price out of nowhere started walking as well. The catcher's already coming back, but Price will say, come back and have a word with me. So now the 3 of them will gather. He's having a word with Sorley, who's pointing at his left arm, and I wonder if this is an injury thing. Price talking with his right-hander, and that will be the day for Sorley. So, a late pitching change here. Bottom of the 7th inning, Bucs threatening. Tying run at third base, and there'll be a pitching change here at Mulcahy Stadium. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, pitching change for the Pilots. Jack Boots comes in to relieve Chase Sorley, who exited the game after throwing a ball to Ren Matsuzaki. Was flexing his right arm. Hopefully Sorley's okay. He gives way to Jack Boots, the recent graduate of West Anchorage High Schooler. First pitch to Matsuzaki, misses low, and just like that, it's a 2-0 count. You don't see a lot of those mid-batter pitching changes, but hopefully Sorley's okay. Boots sets at his chest, the 2-0. Matsuzaki waves and misses. It's a 2-1 count. Boots is one of the most interesting pitchers in the Alaska Baseball League. As pitching a lot slower than usual. His fastball around 75, 78. There's an ephus, different stuff. The 2-1. Matsuzaki hits it in the air towards left field, slicing towards the line. Rodriguez over and makes the grab on the line for out number 3. That brings the bottom of the 7th to a close. The Bucs get 1, but strand Joey Narrett at third base. 1 run off of 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner stranded. We turn the page to the 8th and hand things over to Milo Hoffman for the rest of the way. It's a 5-4 Pilots lead. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball.
The new winning number 065.
We go to the top of the 8th here at Mulcahy Stadium. It's 5-4. The Pilots lead it, and there's a new pitcher on for the Bucs. It's Carl Colavecchio, who's making his 7th appearance on the season with a 7.11 ERA, just 2 strikeouts on the campaign for the Anchorage, Alaska native, the southpaw. He's on to try to shut down the Peas and give his offense a chance to come back and win this one. The Pilots going for back-to-back wins. They walked off the Miners last night. They snapped Matsu's 14-game win streak. So a little late-season push here for the Pilots, who've already been eliminated from playoff contention. Meanwhile, the Bucs have confirmed a spot in the ABL Championship Series against the Miners. So they'll play out these last 2 regular season games today against the Pilots and tomorrow against the Miners here at Mulcahy Stadium against the Chinooks on Saturday, the last one on the season.
Pilots haven't won 2 in a row since June 16th and 17th, so this is a long time coming.
Hunter Klotz, the first hitter for the Peas in the top of the 8th. Pitch upstairs on the heat. It's 1-0. Colavecchio stands third base side of the rubber, about as far as you could possibly be. Left on left matchup to Klotz. Stands tall, now the pitch. Breaking ball just missed inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Colavecchio gets that fastball up there, tops out around 89. It's just about finding his control on his pitches early on, and if he can work well. It feels like he only pitches against the Pilots.
2-0 breaking ball spins in for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strikes now to Klotz. Klotz is 1 for 3, a strikeout, a single in the 4th, and then he grounded out in the 5th. Came in hitting 176 on the year. 2-1. Breaking ball waved and missed. 2-2.
Yeah, 4 of 6 appearances against this Glacier Pilots team.
He just likes Anchorage. How could you blame him? He's from Anchorage. Said it's almost a dream come true playing in the ABL this season. He used to come to games, as now he's on Mulcahy. 2-2. Fastball clubbed in the air, foul left side, out of play. Grew up going to Anchorage Bucs games, Anchorage Pilots games. Said he actually went to a lot of Peninsula Oilers games over in Kenai, but sad that they no longer have a team this season. Hopefully they'll make their return to the ABL in the coming years. 2-2. Breaking ball waved and missed. Down goes Klotz. First strikeout of the evening for Carl Colavecchio, and there's one gone, top of the 8th.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be the curveball day for Carl Colavecchio. Got a couple of swing and misses there on the nasty breaking pitch, and good to get that first guy out. That sets the momentum. Bucks need to get something going quickly here defensively. Got to keep this one-run deficit at the most.
It's Landon Teasing, the hitter now for the Pilots. He's 1 for 3 as well. 5-4, Pease lead it. Here's the pitch. Fastball pulled inside. 1-0. The Bucks led it 3-0 heading into the 4th, but 3 runs for the Pilots in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. And we're up 5-3. The Bucks got another in the 7th. 5-4 pitch. Breaking ball topped on the ground, foul, third base side. 9 hits for the Peas, just 3 for Anchorage Bucs. 2 errors on the day for the Pilots, 1 for the Bucks. 10th and final meeting between the 2 Anchorage sides here in the ABL. Time's called from Landon Teasing. He's going to tie his shoes in the righty box. Left on right matchup here at Mulcahy. Defense played straight up. Colavecchio set at the letters. Now he comes home. Fastball slice foul down the right field line. 1-2. A gorgeous day here at Eastern Anchorage. Sun beaming out in the outfield grass. So it is in the infield turf. Colavecchio set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down in the dirt. It's 2-2. Bucks are right back here at Mulcahy tomorrow night against the Miners. 6 p.m. first pitch. Last regular season meeting against Matsu. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball inside, almost hit him. Instead, it's 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Landon Teasing.
I'd like to see Colavecchio maybe try that outside curveball against a righty here. It worked against the left-handed Klotz on the inside. Now do it to the outside part of the play against a righty.
Full count, 1 out. Here's the offering. Breaking ball hit on the ground towards third base. Perencio fields it in foul territory. Just over the third base bag, went foul as it crept down the line. Still full on Teasing. From the top of the 8th, Pilots lead it 5-4 over the Bucks. Regular season finale between the Bucks and the Pilots. 3-2 the count on Landon Teasing. Here's Colavecchio's payoff. Breaking ball fouled back. A slow breaking ball fouled off slowly by Landon Teasing as well. Just got his bat head out in front. Still full. Pretty decent crowd on hand today. Down the right and left field lines. Action behind us in the concourse. Payoff. Fastball called. Strike 3 at the knees. It hit the outer portion. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Carl Colavecchio, and there's 2 gone at the top of the 8th.
Yeah, get your first one swinging, your second one looking. A perfect start to the outing for Carl Colavecchio. He had the battle in that one, made it all the way to a full count. And good battle from Teasing, but awesome pitch to ring up the third baseman, and Colavecchio is feeling himself tonight.
Out Carter Freeland. Catcher is up. Last chance for the Pilots in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball nubbed. Past Colavecchio. Trickles towards second base. Underhill fires to first in time. Nice play from Landon Underhill. He's had a couple sparklers this evening, and that does it in the top of the 8th inning. Pilots still lead at 5-4. Nobody left on base. They go down in order. We'll be right back. This is Bucks Baseball. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, everyone. Milo Hoffman here with Alex Burstein as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 5-4, Pilots on top, and still Jack Boots toeing the slab for the Pilots. His second inning of relief, trying to shut down the Bucs and secure the win for the Pilots here. Last season matchup between these two sides. First pitch misses outside, and it's 1-0 to Corey Bantam. Bantam had a sac fly back in the 3rd. He also walked and struck out. Pitch. Breaking ball nubbed foul. 1-1.
Now ball brought to you by the Association.
Boots comes set on the rubber. Here's the 1-1. Pitch down in the dirt. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Corey Bantam. Jack Boots peers in for the sign from Carter Freeland. On it comes set. Here's the offering. Swung on and lifted right side. Stays in the infield. Second baseman Jet Ruby catches it, and there's 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Oh, Corey Bantam just out in front of that off-speed pitch from Jack Boots, and there's 1 out.
Yeah, he was able to get it from the bottom part of the zone, but it's a little bit too far under it. Now he easily played in the infield.
Now the hitter James Provencio up, right on left matchup. Here's the offering. Swing and a miss. Down and away changeup, and it's 0-1.
I mean, ironically enough, Boots has been one of the top relievers. His ERA is getting close to 1. He entered today 1.5 and finds ways to get outs.
Unbelievable. Listen, hitting's hard. 0-1. Left outside. 1-1. It's hard enough to hit pitchers that are gearing up for high velo. That means you come down and face Jack Boots, who's not even touching 80. Pitch left in the dirt. 2-1. It makes it tough. I was talking to Logan Yule before the game. He said it's tough when Jack Boots pitches because you're not used to this timing. That's the bottom line. 2-1. Here it is. Swung on and sliced foul down the left field line. 2-2. James Provencio so far today is 0 for 2. He reached on an error back in the 2nd inning. He also walked in the 3rd. Grounded out in the 6th. Here's the delivery. Swung on and poked towards left field. That'll dunk in for a base hit. BJ Rodriguez fields it. Provencio's aboard with a single, a 1-out single. In the bottom of the 8th, Bucs still down 5-4 against the Pilots, trying to spark a comeback.
Yeah, nice slicing line drive there. No chance for Rodriguez to get there in time, and Provencio's been a base hit king so far this season. Tying man aboard now.
That brings up Kai McGarry. He'll face Jack Boots. Runner on first, it's James Provencio. 1 gone. Pilots lead 5-4. Right on right matchup. Here's the offering. High and tight. 1-0.
Looks like Colin Linder in the bullpen for the Bucs, so Anchorage may turn to their best reliever currently to keep this at a hold or maybe keep it at a tie game.
1-0. High and tight again on the Heat. It's 2 balls and no strikes on Kai McGarry. Pilots lead at 5-4. We're on the bottom of the 8th. Glad you're joining us. Milo Hoffman here with Alex Burstein. James Provencio leads off first. He just singled to left field. Here's the 2-0. Swung on and hit high in the air. Stays in the infield. Now it drifts foul. Crashes against the fence. 2-1.
One thing McGarry has to be careful here is just do not ground it because Pilots have already turned to double play tonight. They know how to work around the infield, so you do not want to have double play ran on any ball.
2-1. Swung on and line towards left field. Rodriguez comes in. He makes the grab at the chest. Provencio drifts back to first base. A real hard hit ball off Kai McGarry's bat, but it's an out nevertheless. 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th.
If that was a little further to right out there in left center field, that's probably dropping for extra hit bases, but Rodriguez was stationed well out there. He's playing deep out in left and helped him out most of the time. The only time he didn't was that James Provencio blooper.
Now landed Underhill up. He'll face off against Boots. Runner on first. Here's the offering. Taken at the knees. Called a strike. Double strike call from Brandon Schmidt at home plate. Ethan McCraney, that is. Sorry.
I'll never understand it.
Never understand. Oh, the double strike
Yeah.
call? Yeah. Make it real clear. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and sliced foul. It's 0-2. Landon Underhill, a big smile on his face as he walks around his batter box. Curious to see why he's just a little off timing here against Jack Boots. He digs back in, squats his legs. Provencia leads off of first. Jack Boots peers in. Here's the 0-2. High on the fastball. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes on Underhill. Provencio off of first. 5-4 Pilots lead it. We're on the bottom of the 8th. Boots comes set. Now he comes home. Ephus left out and wide. Oh my goodness, that must have been 30 miles an hour. Underhill's smiling. Fans clap just a little bit, excited about the Ephus pitch. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. 2-2. Fastball this time sliced down the line. Well, the speed here against the Bucs has been all over the place. Jack Boots, he doesn't touch 80 on the fastball. He has that Ephus, probably about 30 miles an hour. Landon Underhill is just trying to make up his mind what he's expecting. 2-2 pitch is turned on the ground. Hunter Klotz fields it, and he steps on the bag. That does it. In the bottom of the 8th, 1 hit, 1 man left on base, and no runs come across the board. We'll go to the 9th. Pilots lead at 5-4. This is Bucs Baseball. We'll be right back. Welcome you back to Mulcahy Stadium as we go to the 9th. The Pilots are in the lead. It's 5-4. Glad you're joining us. Milo Hoffman here with Alex Burstein, bringing you Buck baseball all season long. New pitcher on the hill for the Bucs. It's Colin Linder making his 5th appearance on the season. 5 1/3. Well, he hasn't given up a run and 9 strikeouts. So he has the strikeout stuff. Fastball reaches up to the mid-90s, and that's his main pitch. Probably expect to see that a whole lot against the Pilots right now.
Yeah, he just has a lot of speed. You mentioned the K numbers have been super impressive. He had 5 strikeouts in 2 innings earlier this season against the Pilots. So he knows how to get guys out. He knows how to get guys swinging. And sometimes the fastball is just so fast that they don't even bother swinging. So Linder has looked really good early on and try to keep that going tonight.
His first challenge is B.J. Rodriguez, the left fielder. Linder spins and comes home. Breaking ball, Rodriguez showed bunt, he fouled it back. 0-1 now on the left fielder. I'll tell you, B.J. Rodriguez, boy, he's been involved on the defensive side of things. He made a crashing catch when Grant Haas flew out to the wall. He also crashed into the fence in front of the bullpen. 0-1. Swung on and grounded towards first. Toger drifts over. He steps towards the bag, and he gets there in time. Just beats B.J. Rodriguez, who was hustling down the line. 1 out here, top 9. Nice play from Sean Toger, who's also gotten a lot of action on the defensive side.
Yeah, showing off the wheels there. It traveled deep in the foul territory after squeaking in on the left side of the first base bag. Good job by Toger. He's a tall guy to show off those long legs and step on the bag.
Doing anything to help out his fellow pitcher, Toker, a two-way guy. Here's the pitch to Christensen, a fastball swing and a miss, 0-1.
Now, this is a funny battle. A guy who throws a lot of strikeouts and a guy that strikes out a lot in Christensen. So Linder just has to throw that fastball.
0-1 on the right fielder. 5-4 Pilots lead, top 9. Here's the pitch. Fastball waved and missed, 0-2. Well, this is exactly what you would expect. Ryan Christensen, a big strikeout guy. Like you just said, Colin Linder has that strikeout stuff. He's ahead 0-2, 1 gone. Base is empty. Here's the offering. Fastball left high and wide this time, 1-2.
It'd be very interesting to see who the Pilots put in for a closed situation.
Yeah.
If it's Boots or if
Well, I
they
see
go
no one
to
warming
someone
up right
else.
now.
Wow.
Could be Jack Boots on for 3 innings. 1-2. Fastball swing and a miss. Right on by Ryan Christensen. 2 outs in the top of the 9th, and Colin Linder looks good.
Well, as you like to say, that's the definition of good morning, good afternoon, and good night. He just blew those all past him. All of them were just under the letters, and Linder has all of his heat tonight.
I was talking to Colin Linder before the game out shagging BP and right. He said he's just excited to be here in Alaska, excited to get as many outings as possible. Pitch to Dylan Marks, yanked outside. It's 1-0. Of course, Colin Linder came over late. He's actually coming back from Tommy John surgery. The first appearance he made in Alaska was his first appearance in about 6 months on the mound. Here's the 1-0. Fastball in on the knees, called a ball just barely inside. It's 2-0 on Dylan Marks, the leadoff man.
And how crazy is that? 5 innings of scoreless ball after
Unbelievable.
not pitching for half a year.
Here's the 2-0. Fastball yanked in the dirt, 3-0 now on Dylan Marks. I mean, that just goes to show you, he's not at Arizona State University for nothing.
It's true.
And he said he expects to be a starter next season. That's what they have in mind for him. He did pitch last year with the Sun Devils. 3-0's the count on Marks. 2 outs, top 9. Here's the offering. Fastball right down the chute. It's 3-1.
I mean, he certainly has the starter stuff with this speed. If you can keep it going for 3 or 4 innings, we've seen him do 2, expand out a little bit more, he is your perfect starter.
Here's the 3-1. Fastball poked up the middle on the ground. Grant Haas fields, fires to first in time. And that does it. A 1-2-3 frame for Colin Linder. He looks smooth, and the Bucs will try to come back and walk it off for the first time this season in the bottom of the 9th. 1-2-3 go the Pilots. We'll be right back. Stay with us on Anchorage Bucs YouTube. Back at Mulcahy Stadium, we go to the bottom of the 9th. The Bucs are down by 1. They'll try to walk it off for the first time this season here in the ABL. It's Grant Haas, the leadoff hitter, in the frame for the Bucs. Still Jack Boots on for his 3rd inning of relief out of the pen for the Peas. He peers in for the sign. Comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball in the dirt. That was about 58 feet. And it's 1-0. Not a great start to the frame for Jack Boots. Bucs have not yet walked off a game this season. They've been walked off once, and then another time via the run rule. Both against the Miners. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball high and tight. It's 1-1.
I was going to say, he doesn't want to throw much in the zone to see if he can get some chases, but that time Haas swings at an inside the zone pitch, and Boots will gladly take that.
1-1. Swung on and chopped on the ground towards short. Marks gloves it at the knees, fires to first in time, and there's 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Grant Haas now 0 for 5 on the evening. This after a 3-hit performance yesterday against the Chinooks over in Chugiak. Now it'll go to Logan Yule, the right fielder. Yule just singled his last time up, part of a 1-for-2 day. He also walked and scored in the third. Here's the offering. Swung on and drilled foul down the right field line. Oh boy, Yule wanted that one over the fence. It's 0-1. That single for Logan Yule snapped a 0-for-5 streak for the right fielder. 0-for-1. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Appeal down. He went around, says Casey Mosier, a field umpire, and it's 0-2. Jack Boots is dealing here for the Pilots. He's been a pitcher that Rich Price and company have relied on a whole bunch in these last few weeks. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and hit on the ground sharply. First baseman Hunter Klotz picks it up, shovels to first in time. Jack Boots was covering, and there's 2 gone, bottom 9. Jack Boots trying for the save, trying for his first save of the season. 2 gone, bottom 9, and the last chance for the Bucs, it's Joey Narrett.
Be a 2+ inning save too. Came in the bottom of the 7th with 2 away. And you'd say, you know, maybe they're not used to this style of pitching. This is his 3rd appearance against them in a week. Wow.
Pitch to Joey Narrett. Taken inside just barely. It's 1-0 on Narrett. Joey singled his last time up in the 7th. 0-1. Here it is. Swung on and tapped on the ground towards third. Teasing. Fields takes his time. Fires to first. They got him. The ball game is over, and Jack Boots completes the save for the Peas. 1, 2, 3 go the Bucs in the 9th. They lose their 3rd in the row, and the Pilots take the last regular season meeting between the 2 Anchorage sides. 5-4 the final.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's
Wow. I mean, if you saw Jack Boots pitch a week ago and said he's going to have a save in a game against the Anchorage Bucs, I would have told you no. But very impressive stuff. He gets playable balls for his infielders, and obviously the infield support him very well. That was a nice diving stop by Klotz for out number 2, and Teasing took a sweet time on that dart over for the 5-3 putout. But Pilots put an all-together game together.
Well, the final from Mulcahy Stadium, once again 5-4. Just 4 hits on the evening for the Bucs, 9 on the day for the Pilots. We'll be right back with their game totals here at Mulcahy Stadium as the bubbles start to fly from the Pilots fan base down the right field line. This is Bucs Baseball. We'll be right back. back here at Mulcahy Stadium. Once again, the Bucs lose it 5-4 against the Pilots. They lose the regular season finale against the Peas. They still took the regular season series 6-4, but a nice win for the Pilots. They've now won 2 in a row for the first time in over 3 weeks. They walked off the Miners last night. Now they beat the Bucs. They just beat the top 2 teams in the ABL on back-to-back nights. So they're feeling pretty good. We'll run down the game totals here. It's Grady Ferris out of the bullpen who takes the loss for the Bucs. He falls to 2-2. Chase Sorley improves to 1-1. He picked up the win out of the pen for the Peas. And for the hitting side, Dylan Marks led off the game. He went 1 for 5. The big day off of Adam Burkholt, who went 3 for 4. He was a big part of that big third inning for the Pilots. They scored 3 in that frame, and they scored 2 in the 4th. So they really picked up the offense after really looking silent in the first part of the evening. And the Bucs were just quiet on the offensive side the whole way out. They racked up just a total of 5 hits combined. Yule, Narrett, Toger, Provencio, and McGarry with the hits. And the runs came off of Kai McGarry's single in the bottom of the second, and then Corey Bantam with a sac fly in the third. Other than that, it was silence for the Bucs. Of course, Joey Narrett doubled in Logan Yule in the bottom of the 7th. That cut it to a 1-game lead. But Jack Boots picked up his first save on the season. I mean, he was just unbelievable out of the bullpen. Not something you would expect.
No, I mean, he doesn't have the stuff of many of the pitchers in this league, but was able to get the win there. Not the win, the save, but able to hold off for the win there. And that's big for the Pilots just in terms of momentum. And very interesting on the mound now. Colin Linder's going to throw a couple of pitches to Red Matsuzaki. We talked about that transition to starter. He wasn't happy with 1 inning of pitching.
No, he wants more action. They're taking almost like a bullpen out here right now. Colin Linder going to throw a couple of pitches towards Ren Matsuzaki after the Bucs lose it 5-4 over the Pilots. And a game that you just kind of scratch your head at. It seemed like the Bucs are going to win this easily. They're up 3-0. And then the Pilots offense came alive for the second night in a row. They won it 6-5 over the Miners yesterday. So I know they've been eliminated from the playoffs, but way to go out on a high note.
Yeah, you got to play until the very end, and that's exactly what this squad is doing. They've looked solid the last couple of nights. You beat the top 2 teams in the league, and you have something to hang your head on as the season comes to a close in the next couple of days.
They lose it 5-4. The Bucs do to the Pilots on a gorgeous, gorgeous Thursday night here at Mulcahy Stadium. Once again, 5-4. The Pilots win it. A final game time of 2 hours and 42 minutes here on the east side of Anchorage, Alaska. Well, that'll just about do it up here in the Mulcahy Stadium broadcast booth. For Alex Burstein, I'm Milo Hoffman saying so long, everyone. We hope you enjoy your night.